Dear Miss Ferricu, I do hope that you do not mind me splitting up a single day's adventure into multiple letters. I am aware that I can become incredibly verbose at times, so I try to mitigate that by limiting myself here. I also know that the days on the road can get rather lonely, so having a constant reminder of home can be a welcome comfort. A message a day keeps the sorrows away, though I am sure you still receive plenty of missives from your mother as well to tide you over should I not have a letter to send. When I last wrote to you, the party had been preparing to head to the quarry within Hollowbend's second trial. Do you remember a few letters ago when I mentioned the additional trials the party had taken on? Victor had already completed his by feeding the treasure chest following him 1,000 gold coins. It was still unclear if Aramis had completed his trial, as one of the 2 bronze blades was now a special weapon against the crystalline count. Bolt had to continually remind themselves that they could not use any spells while locked in combat. And then there was Alomah. Alomah had drank a potion that would infuse him with chaotic magic to emulate one of the heroes in the story that was being told. However, you may have noticed the last few letters had no reminders of this. That's because, to my knowledge, Alomah had not experienced a magical flux in some time. I do not know if this contributed to the situation the Watch found themselves in, or if it was simply random chance. Chaos magic is incredibly hard to predict, after all. But, whatever the reason, the results were worrying. Alomah, just ready to take his first step towards the quarry, vanished in a puff of smoke. In his place was a hunched old woman with a scowl on her face and a raspy voice. As she appeared, she lamented that she was so close to something and had been denied by the sudden switch. Then she demanded to know why the Watch had brought her there. It was Bolt who explained the situation and how they would be unable to help her leave Hollowbend until their task was complete. Surprisingly, the old woman accepted this. Then she sniffed both Bolt and Victor, musing afterwards that they appeared to have been associated with one of her children. When she explained that her children were ogres and trolls and that she was from the Bleakwood Forest, pieces fell into place. The woman who introduced herself as Briva is Hug's mother. Now, you may feel a bit of panic as you hear that name, Miss Ferricu, since you have grown up in Bleakwood yourself. I am unsure how far local legends extended to Rowan when you were younger, but you may have heard stories about her. Victor was able to find a bounty for her in his book, revealing her to be an Anis hag of some repute wanted dead or alive for kidnapping and murder. Realizing the situation they found themselves in, Victor was quick to offer a contract so that this Briva, if she were to travel with them until the end of the trial, would do no harm to the companions. Briva read through the full contract in private while Victor filled the rest of the party in. When she returned, she had modified the contract slightly before signing it, adding that the party would protect her until she leaves Hollowbend. They all signed, trying to ignore the worries in their minds about where Alomah was in all of this. The party of 5, the 3 Wayward Watch members, Briva, and Rurik Drakestone the dwarf, set off towards the quarry, coming to the edge of it hours later. There was a 50-foot drop to the bottom, and a sloping trail down into the stony area was being watched by more of the stone dwarves that had surrounded the cavern. A few stood on the road, while others could be seen in a 3-story watchtower with a large brass horn attached to the top. A few other caravans were making their way down this slope already, meaning the guards were on alert for anything coming from that direction. However, the tower itself was only 15 feet from the cliff's edge. Aramis, eager to free the slaves coming in, leapt from the cliff and landed on the roof of the tower with nary a sound or concern for his own health. Victor, meanwhile, merely used his broom to float down to the rooftop without worry of damaging himself. While Briva said she would simply walk down the trail, she seemed unconcerned with being caught. Bolt picked up a worried Rurik and repelled them down using the grappling hook they had procured at Bordertown. Once they were on the roof of the tower, the 3 began to plan while Rurik acted as lookout. However, the dwarven hunter made an already worrying situation more hectic by pointing out that the head cart of the caravan held a dwarven woman, Zila Dragonstone. She was a princess and last of the Dragonstone family, who held dominion of the dwarves in these hills. A stone construct dwarf that Rurik identified as their leader, Dranos Stoneborn, was having her brought to an altar along with other dwarven prisoners. The party would need to act quickly. In a surprising display of skill, Bolt swung down into the window at the top of the tower and brought one of the Stoneborn down with a kick. Aramis took the hatch on the roof instead and carved the 2 guards inside to pieces after Bolt served as a proper distraction. Meanwhile, Victor tied off the end of a rope and used it to wrap around the necks of one of the Stoneborn on the ground below. Though the dwarf weighed more than he did, Victor managed to use his momentum to pull the dwarf 10 feet into the air and drop its weapon, tying them off to keep them strung up. As the party prepared to make their way down the tower, Bolt made a surprisingly foolish move, at least in my opinion. They blew the horn at the top of the tower, alerting the whole quarry to their presence. Since their cover had been blown, the party moved quickly to maintain their momentum. Aramis and Victor used the rope around the neck of the dangling Stoneborn to fall to the bottom of the tower in a controlled manner, letting go so the dwarf would slam into the ground from 30 feet up and crack itself against the earth. Meanwhile, Bolt began to fight another Stoneborn that had made their way to the top floor of the tower, trading blows inside. Rurik spent his time firing bolts at a retreating Dranoth, trying to keep him from the princess, and Briva appeared, her body warping as she moved until she had taken on a larger, more brutish appearance that more fit one who claimed to be the mother of ogres. She wrapped one of the Stoneborn guards up in what was described to me as an almost loving hug, and crushed them to pieces with her strength. Victor, seeing that the princess was in need of additional help, raced after Dranoth and began to goad him into a dance. This left Aramis open, however, as more guards were pouring from the bottom of the tower to swarm him and Briva. Pulling on his magic, Aramis slammed his fist into the ground and sent a wave of force to shatter the Stoneborn around him. Some were cracked, others shattered, and unfortunately the base of the tower was caught in the cracking and shifted on its side. Bolt, knocked off their feet by the shifting tower, decided it was best to leap from the top story as well. As they jumped, they increased their size so that they could land on several of the guards at once, crushing them to dust. Rurik likewise leapt off, using the rope to land relatively unscathed on the ground. However, nobody was expecting the collapsing tower to crack into the supply of alchemist fire on the first level, which exploded violently in a chain reaction and sent everyone nearby off their feet and knocked Rurik unconscious. On the other side of the quarry, Dranoth ignored Victor and rushed towards the captives on the altar. As he did, he raised a curious gauntlet into the air. A sapphire was pressed into the palm of this stone gauntlet, and it pulsed with magic at the leader's command. Moments later, 2 large Stoneborn constructs came racing out of the entrance to the mine. One with double flails for hands moved to attack Victor, while the other, with a more typical hammer and axe combo, moved to position to protect Dranoth directly. We both know by now that something as simple as a large construct does nothing to deter Victor from his goals. He simply threw a dagger behind both and swapped places, trying desperately to take down Dranoth, who was using the gauntlet to turn the dwarf victims into more Stoneborn. Bolt then separated the 2 larger constructs using the wand granted to them by Glitterbug years ago. They swapped places with one, leaving it with Aramis and Briva to fight while they went to provide backup for Victor. The battle raged on. Aramis left Briva to handle the double-flailed construct on her own, while he too provided support to his team. However, it seemed that, while formidable in ripping Stoneborn to pieces, Briva was no unstoppable force of nature. She fell to the pummeling assault of the Stoneborn, who turned their attention back to Aramis and began marching on them. But despite their allies falling, the tide seemed to be turning in the favor of the Wayward Watch. Dranoth knew this, moving his position so he stood behind the princess and threatened to kill her should they continue their assault. Bolt, still large and looming, quickly drew this matter into their favor as well, smashing the chains binding the princess and covering her with their shield as she ran off at their direction. Realizing the situation was getting rather desperate, Dranoth once again sent out a command with the gemstone gauntlet. The rumbling of earth was all that preceded a massive form emerging from the mines and plowing straight into Bolt, knocking them back several feet. It too was a construct, but this one was massive and plated in bronze. Easily 15 feet tall, the upper half looked like that of a dwarf as well, but the lower half was a large spiked shell on 6 wheels, as if the construct had been melted with a cart. When it stopped, the shell opened up long enough that several more Stoneborn wielding wicked-looking halberds could exit, before pummeling Bolt with a retractable flail. This monstrosity then began to rampage around the quarry, forcing the watch onto its back foot and plowing over several of its own allies in the process. The only saving grace was its apparent lack of intelligence. One could lead the construct into a charge, forcing it to slam into a stone outcropping and stunning it momentarily. With Bolt busy handling what the enemies referred to as the Titan, Aramis was forced to take to the front lines. He even called out directly to his god for the first time, with Victor taking special note in his report to ask me to research Zoloth when I had a chance. I will say, from the reports I received, Aramis is a masterful swordsman. He was able to deflect and hold the line against several enemies at once. Meanwhile, Victor attempted to wrestle control of the stone gauntlet away from Draenor, believing that they could shut down the Titan with it in their control. Grievous wounds covered the party by this point, and with Alomah missing and Bolt unable to cast their healing magic, the fight began to look dire. Even after Victor had successfully severed Draenor's hand and claimed the stone gauntlet, all he could do was keep it away from the Stoneborn as the Titan redirected its efforts into hunting him down. Aramis fell not too long after that, forcing Bolt to scoop up his fallen companion and apply some quick triage with their cursed scepter as they ran off. But as it seems is always the case with your chosen friends, they were able to rally. While Victor was unable to stop the Titan with the gauntlet, he was able to finally slay Draenor and keep the construct occupied, while a revived Aramis and Bolt worked together to bring down the Titan for good. After that, the last of the Stoneborn were cleaned up, though the fight had left all of the party with little in the way of magical resources or energy. Unfortunately, both Rurik and Briva fell to their wounds after the Titan ran them over during the fight. While Rurik's death is tragic, he is a dungeon-born creature. I believe he will be reformed during the next trial, though I am not certain how Glitterbug's world works to confirm that. More worrying for me is the death of Briva, a Fey hag under contract to be protected by the Watch. I would ask you to look into Fey laws when you have a moment. Maybe speak with your contacts in the Court of Night to see if we should worry about this event. Thankfully, Princess Dragonstone managed to survive the encounter and thanked the Watch, though the lack of her people left alive muted her response somewhat. She took the gauntlet from Victor, saying she would try to use it to help whoever she could, or find a way to free any other Stoneborn she could find from a fate like those they fought, then bid them farewell. I am beginning to grow worried about the Watch's chances in this trial. They are exhausted and their abilities are limited. If Alomah does not reappear soon, I worry they may be in dire straits when it comes to fighting the Count. I will continue to keep you apprised. Your humble servant, Kilobix.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Session 6 of Aneria, the Shattered Realm. Woo! That's white. That's white. That's white. There's whites everywhere. Oh my gosh, there's whites everywhere. Elmer Fudd today? Yes, that is right. We are back again for another fun episode. This time we've got Colby with us again. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, you had to Highlander
I had
Preston.
To kill Preston. Yes, there can be only one.
Yep, on that side of the table.
That's right.
Perfect. But welcome back. You missed a doozy of an episode last time, but
it sounds like I really would have enjoyed myself.
You would have thoroughly.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I don't know. You might have pulled your hair out. We were pretty wild with the no strategy.
That's why I would have loved it. You guys don't understand. See, like people don't. This is something that people who don't like to like min-max or optimize their characters don't understand. Like, if you are that person at the table, and you're the only person at that table, it's almost like better because then you get to be like, like doing all the stuff, and you feel like you're really awesome. You know what I mean?
But before we begin tonight, our usual announcements. Join us on Fridays on Twitch. We had a really fun art stream last time, despite the problems. Preston's internet kept cutting out during it, and we had like 3 or 4 drops.
He's got PC issues.
Yeah, it was not fun, but this weekend, and obviously this is all
In the
by the
past.
time you hear this has all been passed. But we're going to do another paint stream. I don't think we have anything in the chamber for painting yet, but we'll come up with something.
Figure some out.
Join our Discord in the description down there. It's really fun. We have a lot of fun discussions. We've been doing a lot of talking about 1D&D because the second playtest came out, and it's a great way to kind of connect with everybody to see how they're feeling on it and get some ideas. I know I talked with Preston about this last Friday. I like the new exhaustion rules. I don't know if you've read up on those ones.
I am so behind on my one.
I'm staying away from it until it's legit.
Okay.
I'm trying.
I will confuse myself if I do the playtest versus.
I'm trying to find time, but we went on vacation and it's just been. Ugh.
But basically, what they did is they said exhaustion is level. You have 10 levels of exhaustion that you can get now, and it's a condition basically. Like monsters will apply the exhausted condition to you, and you'll have 1 exhaustion. If you get to 10, you die because you're too exhausted. However, each level of exhaustion gives you a -1 on all d20s,
all d20
rolls.
checks,
and it lowers the DC on your spells by 1 as well. So it basically just makes you a little bit weaker because you're exhausted, and then every long rest you get to remove 1 of them.
Are they including like new ways to remove exhaustion?
So far, the only other way that I've seen other than a long rest is the ranger gets to remove 1 every short rest with their tireless feature. Yeah, they get like at level 10 or 11, they basically, every time they take a short rest, they get temporary hit points and they get to remove a level of exhaustion.
Okay, I've already got a build.
Okay.
It's a way for DMs and players to push themselves a little further and use exhaustion, because before it was like, oh,
it's so penalizing.
It's disadvantage and everything. Okay, no, I'm going to stop in the middle of this dungeon and take an 8-hour rest.
Yep.
That's why you can never play a Berserker Barbarian.
Yeah.
They're great because they get this bonus action attack, but like every time you do it, you can get it for 1 minute. That's awesome, and then 1 level of exhaustion. So you can only do it once a day, because the level 1 exhaustion isn't particularly penalizing. It's like disadvantage on ability checks, I think.
Yeah.
And then after that, you're like, okay, like I don't get to be cool again until another long rest.
Yep. So I think it's a great new way, and obviously, like if you have an opinion on that, leave it in the comment below. And while you're there, just like and subscribe that video. That little thumbs up button, the subscribe button.
Try the share button. Try that. Share it.
Do they have the bell still?
Yeah,
I think it's smash that bell.
Can you ring that dinger? Yeah.
Ring that dinger.
And then finally, thank you to Syrinscape, as always, for providing wonderful little sound effects like... Oh, it's not on.
You got to turn the speakers on.
They're better than that,
Preston
I promise.
noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll just find a clip of Preston over in the corner.
True VO artist. A symbol.
Yeah.
A pseudo-armor falling in the hallway.
That was ringing that ding.
That was a beaker smashing, actually.
So close.
But yeah, I think that's good enough. And if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead. Oh, sorry. Congratulations, Colby. 60,000 subscribers on your main channel. That's awesome. That is fantastic news. And
I thought about trying to do something for it, but then I didn't. It feels like at some point, you don't do it every 10,000. You wait until it's every 25.
The next one's 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000, and then
250.
Then you do quarter quells after that.
Oh no.
Quarter quells.
You gotta pick your worst build and just kill it.
Yep.
Oh, I already know what
Put
that
20 of them in a ring together and...
Yeah.
I mean, no, I can't think about them right now. We're about to have a game. We're actually almost to 5,000 subscribers on this channel.
Woo, woo.
We
Thanks,
might be there by
everybody.
this time, but I doubt it. I think we're
5,000? You mean 4?
5. Like
We're 3,800.
Yeah, but that we're getting close to 5.
If you're rounding between the halfway point,
Yeah, we're almost to
and
5,000.
Well, that's what people were saying is like, to get to my point here, they were asking if we were going to do anything for the 5,000 milestone, and I haven't decided yet.
We will release our OnlyFans account.
We will release
It's just
the
test
Strahd
us.
game that Cory does not want released.
No
matter what.
We will not. We will
Was
not
that
be
the
doing
final one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The last 2, I've got the last 2
If Cory
episodes
doesn't want it
recorded.
out, I respect that.
Thank you. Consent is important in D&D.
Let's have a vote.
Consent is not a voting no, you know what? Never mind. We're just going to ignore the brother versus brother and get into tonight's...
I wish that we had... Sorry.
No, you're
I
good.
promise no more tangents. I really wish that we had the finale of Rise of Tiamat.
Yeah.
We do.
We do?
Preston has it.
Yeah.
It's on the Broken Spear. Yeah, you can.
Can we
Download it and then
master
re-upload it?
Like we need to like remaster it so
Yeah.
that like the sound quality and the video quality is good.
I don't know how to do that.
because it was
There
a
are
stream,
there are
right?
some things we could do to make it better.
Yeah, maybe we do that.
In the movies, they do it all the time. They just say enhance,
They just
enhance,
yep,
Yeah, sure.
just enhance.
You got a new computer, you can do that, right?
Clarity mode.
I just
we'll
hit
do
the
that.
make better button.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than Strahd, just because I don't feel like I played that fun
I
alley
don't feel
very
like
well.
I did good in Strahd either.
I
so
think-
that's why I'm like,
I think
don't
you just
release
need to
it.
rewatch it. I think you just need to rewatch it. I think you would think a little bit differently.
I
about
loved the before the what am I trying to say? Like where I had that big last stand and
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
all escaped.
Oh, right before, yeah.
And I did my channel divinity, which you, as an amazing DM, allow for to be like an AoE taunt, which it's not really written that way, although the flavor text kind of makes it sound that way. Anyway, and I had like 50 things like trying to kill me, and like 99% of them were missing, and I was just like, yeah, and then I died.
And then you didn't. You got 3 levels of exhaustion.
And then I got knocked unconscious. But anyway,
Yeah.
it was awesome.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin tonight. Wonderful little story. Alomah, hi.
Hi.
You were standing in the middle of Hollowben Sanctum, standing next to that cart looking out, and you see the little, the Gorgon corpse, or wreckage, I guess. It's mechanical. This one is specifically mechanical. And all of a sudden, you get a tingling from your head to your toes, and you realize that it's been quite a while since you've had any sort of wild magic surging going on. And
Hate chaos magic.
and then you disappear. And when you reappear, you are in a semi-dark room. There's a little window with a tiny bit of moonlight streaming in. The door, or the window has been opened, and the ringing in your ears fades, but it doesn't completely fade. It just kind of shifts into a scream. And as you kind of blink away the last vestiges of this teleportation spell, you find yourself looking down at a 2-year-old girl with red hair that is just screaming her guts out. What do you...
Little girl, what is wrong? How can I help? Are you all right? Where are your parents? Why are you screaming?
When you say, "Where are your parents?" you hear thump, 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 and then crash as the back or the door to this room opens up. You spin around and you see a large figure step into, kind of like push himself into the room. He's large. He's kind of got a little bit of a gut. He's only wearing what appear to be underwear because it's the middle of the night, and he's an ogre.
Oh.
He's not a human. And in fact, as you kind of think about it, you notice that the little girl had ogreish features as well.
Okay.
And he stomps right towards you, and he's going to make a grapple attack against
Okay.
you. So I need you to do that. You're part of the challenge on that.
Acrobatics I'll use.
Indeed.
Sir, this isn't what it looks like.
14.
I believe you win, but I just need to check the stat block.
I'm more slippery than I look.
Yeah, you managed to duck out of the way as his hands like clap. Not it doesn't look like he was trying to kill you. He was just trying to grab your shoulders. And he goes, "What are you doing here?
I might ask the same of you.
This is
Where-
my house.
And you leave your daughter wailing and crying like this.
It's the middle of the night. She just started screaming because you're in here."
No, she was screaming. Well, actually, now that you mention it, I'm not
He's
quite
gonna
sure.
try and make another grab at you.
The thoughtful intruder.
13.
Sir, could you please kindly point me to your valuables? Thank you.
This time he got a 19, so he does manage to. He grabs your shoulder with one hand, and he says, "Who are you?"
I am Alomah Stargazer, Druid of...
Actually, I don't know how I would describe myself now that I think about it. Because he's always kind of thought of himself as a cleric until recently.
I'm assuming this is all his character.
He's all just
I don't
he's
really
like,
know how to
hold
describe
on.
myself anymore.
I'm a Kitsune, not a Kitsune.
Yep. Important distinction.
Yeah.
a Kitsune from... Who are you, and how did I get here?
This is my house. You're in. I don't know how you got here. I'm Hug. Listen.
Would I know that name?
Probably not.
Okay.
I would say that you have not been with the Wayward Watch enough to know
Okay.
Hug, and he was never in like any of the stories.
Sure.
And he sits there a moment, and
Wait,
he's going to.
She's 2?
She's 2. Yep,
Got
she
busy
appears to be
pretty
two.
quick after the last.
Well, unfortunately, he rolled a natural 1, and he's gonna try and start dragging you out.
Okay.
You can struggle if you want.
Yeah.
To try and break out of his grip, which is another strength contest, I think. Or
It would be, well, it's just
Yeah.
I get to make acrobatics.
Yep.
Say, unhand me. Oh, wow, that's a natural 1.
he rolled an 18, so he's going to grab you with both hands and pick you up. And basically, you're kind of just kicking ineffectually as he starts stomping you out.
Unhand me, beast. I am a member of the Wayward Watch, and I will. You will answer to them if you don't let me go this instant.
He stops and he goes, "The Wayward Watch?"
That's right.
And he's going to turn you around. And he goes, "Who's the leader of the Wayward Watch?"
That's a great question. I guess I would, if given a multiple choice answer, I would have to say Bolt.
Yeah, okay. And he sets you back. He sets you down and kind of dusts you off a little bit. And he goes, "The Wayward Watch are friends of mine."
They're friends of yours.
Yeah, old friends. You're a new member?
Well, yes, actually, it's quite relatively new. I might even be considered still in sort of an initiation, but I did sign a contract, so yes.
Right. Give me just a moment. I'm going to calm down my daughter. And she's still screaming this entire time, by the way. And he kind of steps into the room and he goes, "Don't move." And he just closes the little door. And you can hear him kind of like softly saying something in Giant. He's trying to be very soothing, and she's calming down a little bit and everything. And you're kind of just standing there awkwardly in the main room of what appears to be a small home. And
A small for an ogre home.
Yep, small for an ogre. It actually looks like it's probably not built for his size. It's being adapted slowly as things are needed, but
As
most
he
of it
crashes
is-
through doorways.
Good thing he's got those vaulted ceilings.
Yeah, a lot of it he has to just
Paid
kind
a
of squeeze
premium,
through.
but they were worth it.
And then you hear another voice that says, "Would you like some tea?"
I'd look to see who's...
And there's a woman standing there. She's wearing kind of a standard kind of peasant-y dress because I can't speak tonight. Oh yes. And she has the same kind of fiery red hair in big long waves that Hug's daughter does, and she's got a very motherly figure. And she says, I'm assuming that if Hug isn't throwing you out, it means you're not going to hurt us. Would you like some tea or something to drink?"
That's very kind of you to offer a stranger in your home in the middle of the night some refreshment.
Well, I mean, that's the kind of people we're trying to be these days.
Well, you have my deepest thanks and respect, and tea would be lovely.
Great. I'll go put a kettle on. Please have a seat.
I don't suppose you could tell me where I am. I'm not quite sure how I arrived here. I was... Well, we were fighting, trying to free some slaves. We were helping a fairy dragon with beta testing. It's all very confusing.
It does sound very confusing. I'm not sure what half of those words mean.
Cut to Bolt chain whipping the train and trying to hold it down. And I was like,
Yeah. You're in Rowan.
Being
Yeah.
in Rowan.
Yes, in Bleakwood Forest.
That's quite a bit away from where I was half a moment ago.
And that was specifically...
In the
Will somebody, for Christmas, buy me a notebook and a pen?
this is like
Mark it down.
$9 at Target.
Yeah.
We need to get a notebook in our merch store, and then we can just have them pile
Yeah, let's get it. We'll get a
There you
POA
go.
notebook, and
I
then
like
you
that.
can have it.
in Hollowben Sanctum.
Oh, I've never heard of that place. I mean, obviously, Rowan is kind of out of the way of most things. So
It's a bit near Six Hills.
okay, I have heard of Six Hills before.
Um,
And this whole time, she's getting the tea ready.
I'm part of a recent addition, I suppose, to the Wayward Watch, and
Oh, Eve's old crew.
right, Eve, Ceradon, Bolt, Victor, Ezra.
They were very helpful to us a couple years back. They left my husband here, so.
Your name is
Lynetta.
Lynetta. Well met. My name is Alomah, Stargazer.
Oh, my last name is Starchild.
Ah, really? How did you come about that name? If stars were only a recent discovery in our world.
You know what? It was a family name, and we never really understood it. We always just assumed it meant like shining or something, but obviously now it makes a little bit more sense, doesn't it?
Right. When my ancestors gave me my surname, I had no idea what it meant either. Something we have in common, I suppose.
Yeah. Please have a seat. Sorry, I'm being so rude. And she pours you a cup of tea.
Is she like a ogre?
No, she looks like she's human.
Okay.
Or half-elf, technically. Rowan is mostly half-elves.
I thank you, and as I sit down, I'm like, I really probably shouldn't stay long. I suppose I need to figure out how to get back to where I was.
Well, you're a long way from Six Hills, that's for sure. There's no way you're getting anywhere tonight, and Bleakwood isn't the best place to go wandering around after dark, that's for sure. And you do look out, and you do realize that it is really dark, despite Hollowben having been probably around midday to late afternoon. It is nighttime.
Okay. What has you up at this hour, if you don't mind me asking? Or is it just me?
You, technically, our daughter. We heard her screaming and came in, and there you were.
She's adorable, by the way.
Oh, thank you. We do love her.
And in his head thinking, for fleshy humanoid, anyway.
What is Hug's daughter's name? They gave us the name. Preston came up with a really good name.
It is.
Okay, perfect. We'll figure it out. It had something to do with hugging.
It's just going to be me going like,
Cuddle?
I can't remember.
No. Yeah, cuddle, I think. Kud'L.
Do they have a hearth somewhere
Yeah.
nearby?
It's Kid Cudi.
I'm assuming it's not lit at the moment.
She is getting ready to put the tea on, yeah.
I just want to say, if you don't mind, may I? And I'd cast Create Bonfire,
Okay.
like, on the flames.
And she
Around
squeaks
that,
and,
right there.
and drops the kettle.
Oh.
Kind of lands on the ground and splashes around. And she goes, "Oh, sorry. I'm still not used to magic around here."
Really? You don't have a lot of magic users in this town?
No, up until about 2 years ago, we were a Massifist community.
I've heard of Massifists.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you be tying me up and feeding me to the wolves, as it were, at the moment?
we don't
Feeding
do
me
that.
to myself.
Me.
We don't do that anymore. Yeah. 2 years ago, the Wayward Watch came through, and they helped us realize that what we were doing was self-destructive, and we were apparently harboring a lot of negative emotions, and they ended up causing more magical havoc than normal magic would have. So now,
That's a way.
And by they, you mean the Wayward Watch caused more magical than normal.
yes.
That is a Wayward Watch story I had not heard.
Oh well, I'd be happy to tell you what I can while we're waiting for the tea to get started.
I would love to hear more.
And she does go through basically the whole story of Rowan and talks about how Eve came back, found her mom was dead, but she wasn't really dead. And then there was the whole dark miasma in the ground that was that caused the Shadowfell to basically manifest in Rowan and all of these. Like, she doesn't give it in nearly that technical of terms. It's all just like, and then some dark.
It's a Ceradon.
Yeah, it's
retelling.
it's a very Ceradon retelling.
It's like cutting. It's a montage.
Yep. And at the end of it, you have a nice cup of, we'll say, chamomile. Yeah. And then Hug comes out and he goes, "All right, I think I've got her finally put down. To sleep. Put to sleep."
My apologies, Hug. I had no intention, really, of either waking your daughter or being here in the first place, honestly.
No worries. From what I understand, there was somebody else that she was screaming at, and then they transformed into you. You didn't happen to see anybody else in the room, did you?
No. A burglar?
I just realized when they swap back, there's going to be just a dead body.
It was,
A crushed body.
it was an old woman.
Just laying here on the floor.
With a big tire
I
trap.
have a feeling I know who she was, and I'm really glad that whatever happened to switch you happened, because otherwise I may not have been able to rescue my daughter before she was taken.
Well, in that case, I suppose you're welcome, though it was
Yes.
unintentional on my part.
Thank you very much.
We were. Did the watch ever speak to you about Glitterbug, the Hollowbend Sanctum?
That was a little bit before I was there. I may have heard one or two snippets when they were talking about it. Bolt kept showing off a wand that he had that he never remembered to use, but that was about it.
Well, we were there.
Not anymore.
Freeing some slaves and exploring the quarry, or about to, and suddenly I was transported here. Glitterbug strikes me as something of a... She can be a little mischievous.
Oh, yes. From what Kesk has told me, fairy dragons are very mischievous creatures.
So I was just walking along, getting ready to, start a fight, and suddenly I found myself here. A wild magic surge, I believe it was.
Oh, you have chaotic magic?
Not by choice. And I believe it was only in Hollowbend, but I could be wrong. I hope it's only in Hollowbend.
Yeah, you did use create bonfire. You could have been like, it could have been a fireball.
That's true, I guess.
Please allow me to help.
Yeah. Perhaps I ought to be careful. I don't
Could
want
be a
to.
case of alchemist.
I don't want to cause any more destruction in a recently enlightened pacifist community.
Cut to the watchtower.
Exploding. Yep. Yeah, nobody would want to have anything dangerous happen. We're still a little, or I guess I can say we, and like Lynetta like pats his thigh. Yes, you can say we. We're still a little wary about them. But while you're here, just a moment, and he stands up and he walks over and he kind of like picks his hands through the loft and he pulls something down. And he goes, when you see somebody from the Wayward Watch again, would you hand this to them, please?
Of course.
Okay.
What is
And it's just like it's a poorly wrapped parcel with like twine. It's actually not twine, full on rope. Like there's 10 feet of rope that have been wrapped around what is essentially a parcel.
Anyone in particular, or
Any of them should be fine. It's just a little taste of what I've been doing here. It's been 2 years since I've seen my friends, and it's always nice to be able to. I always thought I'd give it to them one day.
well, this meeting feels like more than happenstance, and yet I can't help but be worried about my new companions, how I might return to them. You don't have
Victor just slapping.
Bolt carrying Aramis, running from this big Titan thing.
Yeah, Victor's slapping him with his arm.
as I'm just like sipping tea, like, oh, this is lovely.
Yeah.
You don't happen to have airships that pass through here, or
No, I mean,
teleportation circles? Probably too much to ask, I suppose.
definitely not. But I'm sure everything will turn out fine. And when he says that, you feel that tingling coming up and down your body.
Right,
again.
let me give you this back because it bears that I'm the teacup.
Yep.
I mean, not the parcel.
Yeah.
Yes, this happened before. Thank you. It was lovely meeting you. And any other message you want me to?
The Marty McFly fade out. Like,
Yeah. You warp again. It is exactly as Scott thinks. The body of Breva hugs Mother. Lands on the ground, crushed and dead, and Hug just goes, "Oh dear, the Wayward Watch." And we cut back to Hollowbend Keep, and the party is literally just finished. Yeah, in the quarry, they've just finished talking to Princess Zila Dragonstone, who basically told them you can have whatever's in the tent. And then she kind of just wanders into the mines to try and free whoever else she can from there, or potentially just go off screen and stand straight because she's maybe an NPC in this dungeon. Like
He's
it's
going up to his mind.
Yep.
Wait, who was this?
So Zila was the princess that they saved in the last episode. Yeah, if you remember Rurik, he died.
Right.
very quickly.
Red shirt.
Yeah,
Happens.
absolutely
Rest
right.
of
Yeah.
them.
He died twice technically.
Yeah, and then
Victor brought
was
him
it
back.
Victor? Yeah, Victor brought him back.
Well,
and then-
unconscious, and then
and then he got killed again.
And as that's finishing up, you guys watch as the body of Breva just kind of dissolves away for a moment, and then there's a pop, and you appear probably about 6 inches above the ground and slam down into a mess of hag blood.
Whoa.
Just land in it.
So, yeah, I know. That's exactly what my response would be.
Yeah.
And in fact, I probably would have sounded just like that.
Alomah, you're back.
Alomah just like steps out of the goo and like kind of like shakes his feet, and he's just like, wild magic. Walks over to Bull, he hands him the pack, and he's just like, Hug says hello, and then he just like starts walking towards the mine.
So there's the mine, and there's also a tent.
Okay.
Hug. Wait, you met Hug?
Large ogre, kindly, lovely red-headed daughter.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes.
I should write him more often.
He said he knows you. Apparently I materialized in his home, scared the living daylights out of his daughter. Well, technically there was some old woman that was there scaring the daylights out of his daughter.
Driva. Yes.
I'm assuming that's whose blood I was stepped in.
Oh, that means that... I should definitely write him.
If only he could read.
His wife, lovely little woman, half-elf I believe, made me some tea. It was delicious. It looks like you all have managed yourselves.
Yeah, we enjoyed our tea as well.
Aramis says,
Wait, what are you drinking? What is Aramis drinking?
Just a flask.
Do you have like the
Wiping blood off of my
X-Men cartoon Wolverine
Yeah.
stuff, all the bandages?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of new scrapes and dings, and
I'm like in the middle of wrapping one of them.
Wait, let me see if I can do something for that.
and then I don't remember how beat up Victor. He was pretty beat up.
He was pretty beat up. Yeah, he's just kind of like resting.
He has a
in his
vacant look in his eyes that I'm just like not worried
His
about.
controller died, and he's just like,
Yeah, exactly. He's just like walking into the wall.
He's just idle animation.
yeah.
A lot of issues with
And
walking.
then
in the
occasionally
wall.
he just like he flexes a little bit, and the knives go
Yep.
around him, then settle back down again.
Let's see. I'm running a little low on spells myself, but
Here, have some of my spell slots. I have them all.
It's nothing that a good night's rest couldn't help.
do we have time for a good night's rest?
It is getting pretty late.
I'm gonna cast Aura of Vitality and spend 1 minute healing you for 62 hit points.
Cool. I'm just gonna like crawl over to you. And just like,
And then it's just like you
Put your
raise
hand
your
on his
hands up in
shoulder,
the air, and
like
there's
Starlight.
little
Yeah,
bolts
I
of
grab
stars,
your tail.
and they just slowly like fall one by one into him, and just
I
like,
grab your tail and make a pocket pillow.
I had no idea you cared so much.
Is it still kind of thumping a little bit? Almost like,
Yep.
this is kind of nice.
What did you say, 62?
We're friends.
62.
Okay.
All right, so this is a
Just in case
short
our
rest?
rest gets interrupted.
what would you guys like to do?
I mean,
I would like to take a long
we could
rest
probably
if we can.
use a long rest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Little bug, are you going to let us have a night's sleep here, or are we going to be attacked in the middle of the night?
I'll just keep watch.
All right.
What's in the tent?
Victor is at 10 hit points, by the way. So yes, he's very hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go look and see what's in the tent.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Does he get replaced?
I don't have
by
any
a
more
hag?
third level. I don't have any more third level spell slots.
He just gets replaced by a talking knife.
Yep. Hey guys, it's me, Knifey.
Yeah, knifey.
Yeah. It's a Rick and Morty character.
Teach you a lesson.
So first of all, you can collect the axe from Dranoth Stoneborn.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. And identifying it, takes the usual
10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, Shippy. Please.
Here, fine. You want a habanero almond? Here you go.
That won't come back to haunt you.
Didn't crunch it. Swallowed it. Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
So this is
Dranoth. Is it a specific type of axe?
so it's a battle axe.
Okay.
And it is a magic item. It is a giant slaying axe. So it does an extra 4d6 force damage against creatures with the giant type, including trolls and ogres.
Cool. Giant slaying. So what's it called? Giant slaying axe or battle axe?
Just put down giant slaying battle axe.
Okay.
I don't think there's a specific item in D&D for it, so
All right. We can figure that
we'll
out
make
later.
one. Yep.
Okay. And then we'll go to the tent.
Yeah. So the tent is pretty sparse. There's like one bed, but it's not been used in a while. Obviously, Drenhoth was a Stoneborn, just like the other dwarves around him. But it does contain a chest that has 1,200 copper pieces, 2,000 silver pieces, 2,200 gold pieces, 150 platinum, and then a bunch of extra items in there, including a pewter amulet set with a rosé of jet. Is what that says. This is
Pewter
randomized.
amulet set.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the whole thing. So,
Okay.
a pewter plate etched with Elven script. Does anybody read Elven?
Yeah.
I do.
That just says food goes here.
Food goes here.
Food goes here. Yeah. But it's in very like elegant language. So
Sometimes it just
Lambus bread goes
it's
here.
too much.
Yeah. A portrait of a female human in a wooden frame, set with carnelian and star rose quartz. A rosewood cup engraved with Elvish script, and I bet you can guess what's it. That
Food
says.
goes here also.
Now it says #1 mage. Thank you very much.
World's most okayest mage.
Sorry, I took a snack. There's also a stoneware salt cellar painted with mythical creatures.
Cellar?
I don't know. Like,
I'm guessing it's a salt shaker.
This is a homebrew world. What do you mean you don't know?
so
It's a little man who goes, would you like some salt?
this was a random.
SEL.
This was a random generated like art object thing. What is a salt cellar?
You're not
spell
reading. You're not reading this out of the book.
No. It's a salt holder.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't allow.
Anything can be a salt holder.
Article of tableware. Well, ware for holding and dispensing salt.
So it's a salt shaker.
Salt shaker. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like typically it's like just like a bowl with like
So it's not like it doesn't have a
yeah, it doesn't have
spoon on your salt. 'Cause
Exactly.
that's how much salt you want.
You could still with a bowl.
So that is a just a stoneware one painted with mythical creatures. There's also an agate salt cellar set with the rosette of Alexandrite.
Fancy.
Yep, and then a set of horseshoes that you can tell are magical.
I would like to identify said horseshoes.
It takes a few minutes, and you find that these are horseshoes of the Zephyr, which are a magic item on D&D. They basically just give your horse extra speed.
Great for paladins with fine steed.
Darien with horseshoes.
Now, what happens if you equip the magic item and they despawn? Do the magic items stay around? So you'd have to reattach them
This
every
was a
single time.
DM slide into my DM's question. It depends on the DM, really. I would say that no, you do not have to apply the horseshoes every time. And then I just put that in our typical vending machine that we haven't used since April.
That's okay.
Yeah. So that's what you find in the chest.
I'll go ahead and relay what we found.
We're both like falling asleep.
Yeah.
On the floor of the tent. Salt cellar.
That's because you started explaining what a salt cellar was and how it differs from
And the history of. Yeah.
I read a fascinating book on salt cellar.
I just look at okay, and I'll tuck you both in.
Perfect.
And then I'll take watch, since I can do sentry mode.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check for the first hour stage.
Victor's still standing outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I did pick him up, but he's idle animation. And,
He's gone AFK at this point, so he's sitting down now.
You just hit caps lock and
that's
it's just
a 19.
19. You don't find any sort of like sneaky people around or anything like that, and the night passes with no issue. Everybody can take a long rest.
Yeah. If we got attacked in the middle of the night, I think I would have died.
Nuh-uh, you had 62 more hit points.
And no way to hurt anybody. Just kidding. I have a sword.
Just stab them.
Can I just pass off my spell slots and be like, here you go. Here's a couple
That would be
second
nice.
levels.
That would be nice.
Transferable.
Oh, you also found the last room key in the chest as well.
Right, okay. So my wand, I think, resets at dawn. It's 1d4 at dawn, so...
Come on, 4.
2.
Okay.
The average.
Yeah. So
Two
I have
charges.
2 charges on it.
Was that the cure wounds?
That's
No,
the one to
it's
frame
the-
mission, the one that swaps places,
transport.
teleports.
Cure Wounds does not regain charges until it curses somebody else.
Right.
Yeah, which I've used 4 of them so far. The healing bonk.
Yep. You've
The
been
bonk
bonking
of
people.
cure wounds.
Yep. I've been smacking people over the head with them and healing them.
Okay. It is the next morning. Actually, Bolt, since we are
I want to
at
open the
night,
thing that's the hug thing too.
give me a perception check.
Another one.
Yes.
15.
15. You're kind of looking out over the quarry, and you can see just the barest hint of the top of the keep in the distance, because the spires are pretty high up, including the astronomy tower. And in fact, you notice for the first time that there are stars out here at night as the sun sets, which is not something that Belladonna said was happening in this area of the dungeon. She was hoping that you could talk to Glitterbug about it. She may have heard you. But you also do see, after a moment, it kind of feels like some clouds that you didn't notice that were there before peel back to reveal Lunera, the moon. And it kind of shines an intense light down on the astronomy tower for a few moments, and then just kind of disappears again.
I'll have to ask Alomah about that in the morning and see if he knows anything about
Cut to
sign from whatever.
And then the package from Hug, really quick. First of all, you get 10 feet of rope. You want to add that to your inventory.
Okay.
And then you finish unwrapping it, and it's actually just it is a wooden carving.
Okay.
And it is not like a small statuette. It looks like he has carved into a log itself to make sort of a nativity scene-esque
Okay.
image of him, his
diorama.
wife, and his daughter.
How like
How craftsmanshipy is it?
Is it stick figures or is it like wow?
It's like a 10 out of 10 masterpiece.
It's probably, I would say it's probably like a 7 out of 10. He's an artisan, but he's not a master yet. But he's doing pretty
So you
good.
could sell it on Etsy.
Yeah, you can sell that. Yeah.
What is the D&D?
And
culture
the
like
Aneria
on
Etsy. I don't know. The Manaport Magic Company.
Yeah.
A Netsy.
Anetsi.
Anetsia.
Run by the spider goddess Anetsi.
Yesti.
Okay. Yeah, and then it's morning. You wake up. Bolt is still standing watch.
I'll just be kind of like standing at the tent. I'll have like had a notebook out, writing down some notes for like the tower and the stars and stuff.
Sorry. The whole reason that I wanted to go back to the night is you have the astronomer's astrolabe,
Right.
which lets you look up at the stars and find constellations to get benefits.
Yes, I want to do that.
So roll me a d6. Sorry. Every time I try to take
2.
a 2. So that is. Did I send everybody the astrolabe?
Nope.
It is in the assets or channel discussion, I think.
Yep. Maybe. I don't know.
I took what was the magic item that I took?
The Arcanist's gloves.
I need to add that to my inventory.
Yeah, the Astronomer's Boon is in the channel discussion, and so is the Arcanist's gloves, right? Or gauntlets, right about it. So 2 would be the night. You're able to identify the night constellation. in the sky.
Yes. It's dark. It must be night.
Sorry, the Knigget. Which means that
Where is it way back? It must be way back.
yeah, it's like
Couple weeks.
September 22nd.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. So this is 5 stars appear on your arm in the shape of a sword. When you hit with a melee attack, you can expend one of the stars to give have the target take an extra 1d4 radiant damage, or you can give a friendly creature within 30 feet of you that hits with a melee attack one of the stars, and then they get the 1d4 on that attack. So,
Okay.
Yep. So that's the constellation that you're able to identify tonight. And then it's morning. Last time, I promise. Okay.
Feel better.
That was rough.
Everyone all right?
Well, I feel great, actually.
A little stiff still.
Anything strange happen while we were sleeping?
I mean, no. Some guys came in, stole all your stuff.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, there was. I was looking off in the distance, dealing with this astrolabe, and which apparently, and I'll actually hold out my burnt and the arm that has basically just like the skeletal clockwork stuff left, and you can see like they're not magic, but they look like they've been carved in with like a knife, like the stars in the shape of the sword. Well, while I was using it, I was able to get some magic off of it, so hopefully it can help us today.
Is that a constellation?
Yes, it's.
It looks like.
It looks like
the night, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks like a line of 5 stars.
yes, with 2 across.
Well, you have to use your imagination when it comes to constellations sometimes. This little bit right here is the sword. Over here is the shield.
You know, if you like, I can actually draw the rest of the sword on there for you.
That's pretty good.
Right. It's like he never left. Sorry, Preston, we don't need you anymore. Cory's a good player. There was also something odd too. While I was off, I was looking at the stars. The clouds kind of parted, and there was the moon.
The moon, you say?
Yeah, I don't think we've seen it here yet.
In her broken form, or...
Was it broken, or was it together? Ooh. I just assumed it was broken, but...
Roll me a history check to see if you can remember. That is something that happened last night, and memory is valuable.
Okay.
I cast guidance on you. D4.
Extra D4.
This is important, Bolt. I need you to remember.
19.
It was whole.
It was complete, undamaged.
You're kidding.
No, and while I was watching...
How much jealousy is Alomah feeling?
So jealous.
Can't believe I was sleeping.
You can't trust anything in here. It's all a ruse.
Look, I thought about waking you, but first of all, I was kind of enamored by it. It wasn't very usual, because we can see the broken one in an area, right? And you guys were both peacefully sleeping, and so I decided to leave you be. But as soon as I looked back, it seemed to brighten, and it appears like a beam of moonlight came down and illuminated that astronomy tower over there,
we were told
the
about.
telescope.
We should make haste.
Have
to
you?
the tower.
Is that anything significant? I mean, I'm assuming it is significant, as magic and gods usually are,
It
but
sounds significant, especially if she were whole, like you say.
It's
Perhaps.
nothing but a trick of that fairy. I promise you.
But there's a chance.
you're not entirely
There might be a there might be a clue here. as to
Yeah, and there's
how
a
I can
chance
find
the
her.
moonbeam can come down and tickle your chin.
I would love that.
Alright, well, I'm not opposed.
You want scripties?
Yep.
I guess we can go. Doesn't matter.
He's got a new goal in life.
Would that I be so lucky, so fortunate? Are we done here? Do we need to explore this cave, or can we make way to the tower?
I don't recall the princess or our departed friend saying that there was anything in the cave other than just minerals and the rest of the dwarfs that they had enslaved.
Well,
Yeah, did the princess ever come out? Like
Nope.
during the night or anything? You didn't hear any like marching or anything like
Nope.
that?
Should probably check on her.
perhaps we ought. I don't know this princess, but perhaps we ought to check on her.
Yeah, we could do a quick detour and go down in the
Hey
cave.
Victor, why don't you go yell down there?
I will go look.
And Victor
Rosinga!
gets on the room and rushes off, but pulls down the blindfold so that
I'm gonna do it in 12 parsecs.
Yeah. And after maybe about 5 minutes, way less than you would expect, he comes out and he goes,
The cave only goes back about 30 feet and then it just stops.
Another illusion.
What took you so long?
I thought I saw a mineral. It was a vegetable.
Canon. Victor is distracted by shiny things.
We already
Yeah.
knew that. And smelly things.
Yep.
I mean, all of us are distracted by smelly things.
Well,
Who isn't?
What happened to the princess?
I don't know. There was no one in there. Did you see her?
You want a chip? Is that a yes?
I believe that's a yes.
Victor, you're back.
You're louder than I am.
Yeah, that's true. Doggy ASMR.
Oh, now I'm your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I give you ice cubes and potato chips.
Everything a growing dog needs.
Yes.
Chubby. Down. Down.
He's like, who are you to tell me, bitch?
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
gave you side eye.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
He literally just looked and was like, you want to go? F around and find out. Oh.
Victor, you look a lot hairier since last I saw you. Are you sure there wasn't anything in that cave?
I haven't been able to shave since yesterday.
Oh wait, and then he shaves himself with his daggers.
They just go. And then he's like, yes, and there's just like blood.
Pristine. Yeah. But yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything else in that cave. There was no people. You didn't see anybody else come out.
Well, this seems odd.
So like I said, it's all just a trick of that fairy.
Does anyone have any reason not to go to the astronomy tower? I feel like
Well, I mean,
that was a
other-
sign. If I've
Other
ever
than
seen
it's the
one.
middle of the day, what are we gonna look at?
I'm a little worried about
I'm
the
just wondering if there's
disappearance of this
something
princess. But
Well, remember, everything in here is kind of created or assembled by Litterbug, and it is all a trial, not necessarily real life. It might have been a past story, but currently it could be.
These bruises feel kind of real. Maybe
We should talk to her about that. She did say that our lives wouldn't be lost, but so far that doesn't appear to be true. I think she needs to adjust a few things. But tower?
sure.
before we leave, I'll just shout and kick. Princess!
I'm going to cast aid before we go.
Oh yeah, another.
At the 3rd level, so that everybody gets plus 10 to their maximum hit points. And it heals you for that as well.
You
So
keep it until your next...
It's 8 hours.
Right. Oh, it's just 8 hours.
Yep.
8 hours.
Sorry, 3 to the max hit points?
10.
10 to the max hit points.
And your current hit point total, like, that goes up as well. So it's just,
Where did the manage max hit points? There we go.
It's over. Yeah, you have to click override, right? Max HP.
Red. Yeah, there we go.
Dallin, you actually do get a response back.
It's your voice, but this is what you said, but in Princess's voice.
The princess says, "Thank you again for your help. Good luck on your journey. You don't have to worry about coming in here.
Alright.
Don't mind the dog."
Bye now.
I'm sorry. I never should have given you a chip.
No.
I know. I'm sorry. And what else? What's the...
Don't do it. He's gonna. Last time you tried to offer him something, you walked over the table. If you remember.
That's it. Lay down. Be quiet.
He doesn't know that one.
I know. I've tried to teach him his whole life. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna start walking towards the tower.
Okay.
I have gathered the loot. We'll divvy it up afterwards. Just so you guys are aware, that's generally what happens. I'm usually the one with the carrying capacity in the bags and stuff. So,
I trust you.
generally speaking, we just divvy it up after the fact, or after we get back to the tower, whichever comes first.
So the tower once again is one of the spires in the keep. It is so you're heading back basically to the keep entrance. It takes about an hour and a half, that sort of thing. It's not that big of a dungeon. It feels like it's a lot further away, but as you're walking, it just kind of it's almost like a spatial warping, but you don't really notice it. You just pass the skull
We just keep
stone.
walking, and it's the same
reverse
scene over and
zombie.
over and over again.
Yep.
Instead of the hallway stretching scene, it's the opposite. It's
Just hit
Yep.
M and you can double click on the little
icon for...
Would you like to fast travel?
Fast travel?
Yeah.
Not when enemies are nearby. Roll initiative. No. You guys get back there in short order, and once again you find the 3 altars. One of them has the runestone from the iron golem from the general that you've defeated, and Bosco is once again in his cage. And he's just like, "Oh, you're back. How'd it go?"
Not great.
There all night.
If I said yes, would that be impressive?
No, I just kind of feel a little sad.
Then, yes.
Sorry.
Sad is good too.
So we had the...
You have all of the rune keys.
Yeah, but Preston had the... Victor had the one from the ghost, or from the mimic.
From Willie.
Yeah, Mini-Eyed Willie.
Yep. Yeah, he'll hand it to you.
Okay.
That's fine.
Because he was keeping it secret at first. Or no, he did tell.
No, he did tell everybody. Yep.
Yeah, so I'll take the keys and slot them in. And does it look like it's like a mechanism that has to turn or anything? Or is it just like a
remember,
magic
it's just
thing?
like 3 altars, and you could just put one on each. So technically, the 4th key is tossed to the side. Whatever you want to do with it.
Souvenir.
Yeah, I'll keep it.
Okay.
4th one will be the one from Willie.
Okay. And the gates, you hear the locking. You feel the magic that's kind of pulsing through fade away, and then they swing open. Wait. They swing open.
Okay, let me go in first. And make sure there's nothing dangerous inside.
Want to get some oil for these.
Old keep, you know. Oh, by the way, congratulations.
Who's got the grease spell?
Yeah. Congratulations on all of your challenges. Once you step through the threshold, they'll be done.
As in, will be teleported back to the start, or...
No. You still have to defeat the count
Of
and
course.
explore the keep however you want. It's just
It might be in your book.
the individual challenges will be complete, so no more wild magic. You'll get your rewards at the end. Obviously, we're not going to give them to you now, but
Praise Luton.
Oh, good. I can tap into some of that magic I've been missing, and I'm going to walk right through the port, right through the
yeah. And you
portcullis.
you feel a little like almost like somebody's taking off a coat or a cloak off of you and hanging it up, and yeah, you now no longer have that feeling of oppression whenever you think about using magic.
All right.
Yeah, I'll walk.
I'm gonna throw the rusty copper sword on the ground. And
Okay.
Grab my good one. But I'm keeping the loot one.
The
'cause that
resonance.
one's awesome.
Yeah, and then
That's
as
the one
you
that's
step
got
through,
the,
you
resonance flavor.
you know what? We'll do one final wild magic
Okay.
surge here, because why not? I haven't been nearly doing that enough. I don't think, considering I missed it in like the last 3 combats with you. So. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. Correct.
Correct.
Multicolor or purple?
Purple.
Okay. Creatures have disadvantage on saving throws against the next spell you cast. We're not going to say in the next minute. We're just going to say the next saving throw that you cast.
Awesome.
And that is the last parting gift as the mantle kind of bursts off of you. You throw up a little bit of rainbow. You know, it gets in your fur, so it's kind of a multicolor situation going on there. But yeah,
Right.
you are no longer magically chaotic.
Okay.
Just regular chaotic.
Right.
So as the doors open and you guys step through, you hear Bosco say, "And so Danther and his party entered the keep of Hollowbend Sanctum, looking for the crystalline count and Danther's vengeance, but they may find other things inside as well. Maybe a bit of friendship."
I'm not one for that, really.
The way that you were nuzzling up to my tail last night says otherwise.
Means to an end. Now just walk off.
Yeah, I'm going to keep walking in. And
Okay.
The tower. Could we go there first?
yeah, I think that should be
Like, stop.
our location.
Yep.
Which
So-
way is the tower?
So you've kind of entered into there's a little bit of a courtyard, and you see there is a large set of doors that presumably lead to the main part of the keep. But there are also other doors that appear to lead off down other hallways towards the different spires. So 4.
Can we tell which one might
Oh yeah,
lead towards the
the one straight ahead to the left.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that one. Head up the stairs.
Okay. Yeah, you open up the door, and there is a golem standing there. And it blinks in surprise at you.
I mean you no harm. If you can understand me.
And it's going to, like, reach over, and you see it's reaching for a bell.
I'm gonna gently put my hand on its arm and try to, like, pull it down.
Okay, it's going to make an attack against you.
Okay.
You are intruders.
Don't worry, guys. I will go check, and then I go up, turn in, and all of a sudden I'm like,
Yeah. So let's
there's a bad guy in there.
Let's see if this hits you. Well, a crit typically does hit. So take 6 bludgeoning damage, and yeah, you are pushed 20 feet and knocked prone.
So, am I thrown off of the stairs then? Because you said it went is like
So
up
it's like
and
a
in,
door
or-
that would lead to stairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're like hit back into like the main.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you able to duck out of the way? Because were you right behind me? Because I would have got thrown. Right.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, just kind of like step to the side as you
Yeah.
come flying by.
Sorry, I said golem. It's an earth elemental,
Okay.
and it actually is going to push its way
As
out.
I'm flying past
rather
you, I'm
than-
gonna go. It appears we're not wanted.
Yeah,
So
as
just-
soon as I see him get hit, I would cast whatever my spell is.
Spirit Guardians.
Come on,
Spirit
Brad.
Guardians.
Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
It's the kombucha.
Yeah.
And as you do, you hear the earth elemental reach back and clang a bell once.
Oh,
And we're gonna go ahead and get a combat.
I
here,
hate
so
the
we'll
sound
be
of
right back.
bells.
Better than a horn.
Oh yeah, it was a horn last time.
Okay, let's go ahead and reveal the battle map here. We're just using the corners of the watchtower from last time to show the different.
What?
Keep
It didn't
doors.
explode.
It did. It's got this different watchtower.
Oh, I need to grab some fireworks, and we can go outside and. No, I painted it. I don't want it
Film it in
destroyed.
slow-mo.
Yeah.
That's why you need to make another one and
Made
paint
out
that
like
one.
foam. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and grab initiatives here. Bolt
17.
17, Aramis
26.
26, and Alomah
4.
4. So you may notice that Victor is not on this board this evening. He will
Still in
be
the tent.
providing you with. On your turn, you can either use his get an extra D4 on a damage roll with a dagger. We'll say 2d4 because he can usually sneak attack. Or as a reaction on your turn, if you don't use it during for damage, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage from an attack on you by 2d4. Okay. Or both. Let's do both. That sounds fun. Yeah, you can do both. Because Victor's usually pretty in the fight, and we'll just say that he's acting very defensively for this fight. He's very defensive tonight. So the figure that steps out is an earth elemental. That is just going to be set right in front. You're going to go ahead and spread out your Spirit Guardian, so at the start of his turn, he'll be taking that damage, and we will start actually with Aramis.
Okay. I'm gonna just run in and attack him.
Okay.
So the first one is a 26 to hit
26 will hit.
for 10 damage.
Okay. Remember that your damage is doubled
Is
against
it-
constructs and elementals.
And elementals. Okay, so 20 damage.
20.
And then I'll swing again.
And that's just the damage with the sword, not with like a divine smite. or anything
Right,
like
yep.
that. Yeah.
That's a crit fail.
Okay.
And then offhand attack.
Which is now a magical blade for you.
Yes, is now a 13 to hit. That was
13 will
pretty
not
bad
hit.
roll.
So the resonance blade comes in and sings out as
Add
it
your
cuts into the
2d4.
first one.
Oh yeah, and
Preston.
2d4 from the
Yep,
first. Yep,
and
that's
add
right. For 6 more damage.
6 more. Okay. And that's not double this
Yeah.
one. So. Okay. Yeah, so your resonance blade sings out and cracks into the leg. The other 2 strikes just kind of hit a little ineffectually
glance.
against it. Yep. Just glancing blows. And we will move on unless there's anything else you'd like to do.
Nope. I'm good. Good this round.
Bolt.
See how hard he hits first.
It is your turn.
I'm gonna use half my movement, stand up, so I'm no longer prone.
Sorry, we're gonna do 1d4 on the reaction if you use it. 2d4 on the reduced damage on an attack each turn is that's kind of a lot.
And then I'm gonna use the rest to move in.
Okay.
And double attack.
Clang clang.
Clang clang. So the first one is a. I should know this by heart. What do I know? 25.
25.
And the second one's a 15.
Oh wait, sorry. No, I thought that was the damage for some reason. 25 will hit. What was the second one you said?
15.
15 will not hit.
Okay. And you said I can use D4 to. You know what? I'm gonna use one of my stars
Oh, okay.
from the astrolabe.
For an extra d4?
Yeah.
So it's a total of extra 3d4.
3D4.
Because it was 2d4 for Victor. And then,
Okay.
yeah. Remind me of your initiative. I want to make sure I wrote it down. 4. It is just 4. Okay. Because I thought you said that you had a really good
Started
initiative, but
good.
that was either my head imagining it or
sarcasm.
sarcasm. Yeah.
Math.
Math damage?
It's too early in the week for math.
Yeah.
So 17. 22 damage.
22 damage. And that's thunder damage, right?
So 4 of it's radiant.
Okay.
Um,
Victor's is just sneak attack rules, so it adds the same damage type that it
and then the
normally
rest of it will be thunder
So
damage.
4 is radiant, so 16 is... No,
No,
18?
18 is radiant. Yep. Because 22.
Yeah. Okay.
18 was thunder damage. And the second attack you said misses, right?
Yes, the second attack misses. But your fist slams in with the first one, and it reverberates out, and you can see it cracking the stone even more than it should.
Oh, alright.
Okay. And then it is the elemental's turn. It is going to backhand Aramis, or try to.
So disadvantage.
It will have disadvantage, yep. And then you also need to roll me the damage for your guardians.
5d8 this time.
So it's just it's a 20 to hit.
Okay, that's gonna hit.
Okay. And that is going to be 10 damage.
8 damage.
8 damage, and you are pushed 10 feet and knocked prone. And what was the saving throw? It was wisdom of 18?
18.
Well, they rolled a 17, so it'll take full damage here.
17 damage.
Okay. 17 damage. And then, your guardians just start coming in. They start breaking more rocks off. This thing is looking a little worn down. And then it's going to try and headbutt Bolt.
Yeah, which is stronger? Head made of steel or one of rock?
That's only a 17 to hit you. Yeah, so you manage to headbutt it back, and neither of you really flinch. And then coming out of the tower behind you is another elemental. On the left, sorry, my left. Yeah, there you go. And it is going to move up 30 feet. Okay. And it's going to kind of reach into the ground and pull out a chunk of the stonework and throw it at... We'll throw it at Aramis. That sounds like fun.
He's prone, so that would be with disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it is only a 13 to hit.
That was.
It sails over your head and slams into the ground nearby. You can do the cool little spit on it thing that Gothmog does.
I don't know if anything he does is cool.
That's true.
And then it is Alomah's turn.
Okay. Let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Alright, I think I can do this. So Loma's gonna go. Well, let's see. 5, 10. So he's outside of my range. Yeah, okay. And I'm gonna bonus action Starry Form.
Okay.
Let me make sure I mark that down.
Which comes with the attack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And take archer form. Come on. Come on. No. Jeez. That's wild too. Not quite. I didn't even know it was the same thing. Anyway,
been
I'll
a
find it
minute.
later.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make an attack against this guy.
Okay.
Let's see. That is a 23 to hit,
23 will hit.
and you said I get to add 2d4.
Yep.
And then it's a d8. It's a genie. So that's gonna be 23 damage.
23 damage.
And then I will pull him, or Crusher Feet, move him 5 feet towards me to take. Do you want me to? It's the start of a new turn. Do you want me to re-roll the spirit damage, or?
Yeah, let's have you re-roll the
Okay.
spirit damage just because it is the start of a new turn. He will take the full brunt of this damage, whatever it is.
Okay. It will be
He said brunt.
19. 23.
Yeah, so
this
you kind of stretch out a little bit, and you guys see the brief constellation of the archer appear, and then you swing the bow around and you fire it off. It slams into the foot or the leg of this elemental and causes it to stumble forward, and then its head just kind of comes in, and your guardians just tear it apart. So that thing is
nice. And then, let's see, I'd move 10, so 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll move here, and then Thorn Whip on this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my inspiration for that one.
Okay.
And that's better. 26 to hit.
26 will hit.
And so I'm gonna pull him 5 feet towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, first of all, the damage for Thorn Whip is 3d6.
He will take the full 23 as he goes into the aura.
So that's 14 damage for Thorn Whip plus 23 for Spirit Guardians.
14. Perfect. All right.
No. Did I add the 2d4 from Victor?
You
I did.
Yep.
Did.
Oh yeah,
First
you,
guy.
on the first guy.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay.
That's all.
Perfect.
Did you add your genie damage? Dow?
On the first guy, I did.
Yep. Good reminders. You know what? Wonderful reminders. I do like when you guys help each other out. That's great. And then at the bottom of the round here, with a 0 initiative, is another Earth Elemental coming out from that far one over there.
one.
Yep. And can he move 30 feet?
20 will get him right next
20?
to Alomah.
Perfect.
He'll take damage upon.
Yep, he will.
20.
He will march right in.
So, yeah.
He will take the full 23 damage. These guys are not very wise. And then he's just going to bring both hands up and just try and double slam down on you, which we know always works 100% of the time. Yep. So 2 attacks here. First one is a 20 to hit.
Hits.
Okay.
I'll reduce it by Victor's d4.
So 11 damage.
Minus 3. So 8.
And then the second one is only a 10 to hit.
Miss.
So you manage to duck out of the way of one of the fists, but the other one hits you in the shoulder and sends you kind of stumbling around.
Does using Victor's thing use our reaction?
No.
Okay.
No, because I'm only doing the 1d4. Yeah, Victor is using his multiple reactions this time around. And all you got when Colby was gone was a hag.
Well, she did crush a couple of the stone things
She was pretty powerful until she died.
until she got crushed.
Yes.
She tried to hug the Titan. What
true.
happens?
Oh,
She
sorry.
got killed before.
It's the beginning of a new day, so I need to figure out if I have wheel or
Wheel
woe
or woe.
today. It's odd, so I have woe.
Always woe.
Whoa.
Woe is you.
Whoa.
Top of the round,
Whoa,
Aramis.
man. Okay. I'm gonna stand up.
Okay.
So half my movement. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15. Get right up to that guy.
Okay.
Take some attacks. So that's a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
For 18 damage.
18.
And then second attack is a 17 to hit
17 will hit.
for 20 damage.
20 damage. Okay.
And then offhand is a 24 to hit
24 will hit.
for 3 damage.
With 3. Okay. Yeah, you just come in, just whirling around. The Resonance Blade again is singing out and cracking the stone. Bolt.
Okay. As a bonus action, I'm going to grow big.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20.
Ogre.
25.
Always,
Magic
yeah,
Missile.
I always do that.
And
It goes big.
then I'm going to attack one on each side.
Okay. You're right within.
I'm
Yeah, he is.
adjacent to both.
He's diagonal.
Okay. You do a split kick.
I just like power slide on my knees. And
Yeah.
first one's going to be on this one.
Okay.
And that's a 19.
19 will hit.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and use. Let's see, I'll use a Victor D4 and my D6. No, not my
2d4.
D6. Yeah, 2d4.
Oh, I forgot to add Victor's damage. 5.
5, so 10.
We weren't doubling his.
Yes, we were.
Oh, we were?
Yep, because it's part of your.
It's the same.
Yeah, it's part of.
damage
Wait, no.
type.
No, sorry. We weren't.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay, 5.
We were. It's the same damage type, but it's not. Yeah. Sorry, I got your hopes up there.
No, it's okay.
I got my hopes up there too.
19 thunder damage.
19 thunder damage.
Nice.
Okay.
And then the second one.
Yeah, you break off a full arm on that one.
Second one is higher.
Okay.
23. And that will be. Can I use Victor damage again, or is it only once per turn?
It is only once per turn. Yeah.
Then I'll use a star.
So you have 3 left.
Is it? I thought it was.
You get 5.
5. And I've
You
used
get
1.
You use 2. Yeah. So.
I thought it was 7.
It's
But you're probably
5 on the sword. I
You have
thought.
5 stars.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Well, which I needed it because I rolled 2 1s on my other damage.
Jeez.
13. 13.
13. How much is radiant?
3 of it. So 10 thunder damage and 3 of it's radiant.
Okay. Alrighty. Yep. And both of them are. You see that little synaptic static that you do.
Yeah, just like that.
Yep. The Earth Elemental right next to Aramis
Has to
is.
make a saving throw.
Oh. What was the total damage on it again?
23.
23? He just crumbles.
Nice.
He only had 5 hit points left.
I love when they just die at the beginning of their
No,
turn.
I'm sorry. Next to Aramis.
Yep, Aramis. Yeah, your ancestors are just like ripping chunks of rock away.
Just like it's like a meteor shower going through. Like
Yeah. And then it is Alomah's turn.
Okay. So he has disadvantage on attacks, right?
Correct.
All right. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna step away.
Okay. Well, that was a 19 or a 20.
Ugh,
So,
both hit.
yeah, he will hit.
I'll use
I
my
wish-
reaction to intercept.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So 17 bludgeoning damage or force damage. So,
So half that.
Yep.
Okay.
8.
8. And you can use your Victor Dagger to do some
A
fighting.
D4.
So yeah, I'll go 1.
Which is 4. So 4 damage total.
Nice.
Nice. 5, 10, 15. And I will bonus action Starry Form.
Okay.
I'm back down to my normal
Ugh.
hit points.
That's only a 15 to hit.
Only a 15. That will not hit.
Okay. And then I will try to Thorn with him.
Whip.
24.
24 will hit.
And that is going to be this plus this.
He does not make his save, by the way. So you
Okay,
roll
I need to
damage
re-roll.
yourself. Yep.
Okay, so that's...
Where did the D4 go? Where did the D4s go?
yeah. 15 damage
15?
from Thorn Whip.
Okay.
15
You pull them in and then roll your damage
How
for
far?
Spirit
Just
Guardians.
Just 5 feet. And then Spirit Guardians will do...
Just wrap your thorn whip around the neck and yank him on in.
23.
23 damage. Okay.
And then I'll use the rest of my movement. 5, 10, 15. Okay, go right there.
Okay. And then it is his turn, so he will have to roll another save.
Right.
And he does not make his save, so that's another 23 damage. He is still up, though. And he is going to try and pummel your knees, sir.
I mean, he's pretty big.
Backwards knee.
Yeah, but he's specifically aiming down.
I see.
He's punching down. The first one is a 12,
That misses.
and the second one is a 21.
That misses.
Okay. Yep, so you just managed to take the brunt of it, and it is Aramis' turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run in and power slide and attack.
While playing a power chord on your lead.
Yep.
1 AC.
So that
for me.
is a 25 to hit
25 will hit.
for
Add your victor damage too.
oh yeah, for let me do the doubling first, and then I'll go back to that.
Yes.
So that's math 11, 22
Mm-hmm.
plus 3, so 25 damage on
Okay.
that one.
You bisect him,
Okay.
Nice.
and he just goes tumbling
like,
and crumbling.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well struck, Aramis.
Ah,
Thank you.
Are you talking about the cord or are you talking about the blow?
Both. Naturally.
Naturally.
Why didn't a golem come out of the other tower, I wonder? Perhaps.
That was this one. No.
One came out of there and there.
So
Not
this
there.
Out there.
Is it
Where does
outdoor?
that one appear to lead?
that one just appears to lead to basically that keep spire.
So that's the boss way.
Perhaps.
There is a set of double doors on the far
Right
north that look like they lead into the main castle. The main keep.
Well, we can go poke at that later. Let's see what's in the astronomy tower. Okay, back inside.
Okay, perfect.
This time I'm a little more ready. I will shrink back
Okay.
down to normal size so that
All
I
right.
can fit. But I guess if an Earth Elemental could fit, I could probably fit it.
Yeah. So you guys head up this spiral staircase. You're seeing the stonework on this tower, or on this keep, the tile work beneath your feet is actually pretty well maintained. It's bright, it's colorful, there's a lot of good little pattern designs in it. Looks like a lot of care went into it. As you reach the spiraling staircase goes up probably about 10 feet, and then there is a door, and then it continues on.
Just the door unlocked. I'm gonna try it.
Yeah, the door is unlocked.
Okay, I'll open it.
Okay.
Hold on, sorry. Where's that spell? Okay. Oh, it takes 10 minutes to cast. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
So you open up the door and you kind of poke your head out, and you see a long hallway with, again, more of this beautiful stone tile, and then the walls themselves are covered in mosaic, and they're just showing depictions of this large crystalline figure that is lording over everybody or doing heroic deeds, or what appear to be heroic deeds.
Lord Count Crystal.
I'm gonna put Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
Lasts an hour.
Is there anything else besides the mosaics on the halls? Like, can I see the end of the hall?
Yeah, so it kind of, like, the hall ends and then it kind of curves around. There don't appear to be any other doors here. It's just kind of a big, long hallway that seems to stretch around.
I'll just keep moving forward.
Okay. Like, up the stairs, or are you in the hallway?
I'm gonna etch mustaches onto the crystal count. There we go.
Give me a performance check. Let's see how good your art is.
Okay, let's see.
It doesn't have to be that good, but...
The worse
that
the better,
would
in fact.
be a 20.
20?
Dirty 20.
A perfect mustache.
A crystalline mustache.
Yeah, so you are kind of carving these mustaches.
Yeah, so
in.
let's go down the hall.
as you go. After about the third one,
Hold up.
yeah. I mean,
Just
actually,
getting sloppier as
you
I go.
with the Resonance Blade and a Dirty 20, it's as you pass,
nice.
very Zorro style. After about the third one, you hear a little bit of giggling coming from all around you, and then one of the mosaic tiles falls away, and a scroll plops out.
Oh, I'll grab it.
Okay.
I'll hand it to Bolt. As, the leader and everything.
I'm very leery about taking things.
All right, Tony Stark.
All
let's-
No, I got handed a cursed item.
That's probably what happened to Tony Stark.
Yeah, so I'm have to identify it, right?
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. It's a spell scroll. So this is a spell scroll of color spray. Yes. It looks to be just a little bit of a. I enjoyed that from Glitterbug.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say where did that come from?
And again, you do hear that giggling.
Now, spell scrolls, are they only usable by people that can use the spell normally?
So they are usable by anybody that can cast spells, I believe. Let me just.
I think it might
rules?
actually
I
be
think it
usable by anybody.
Yeah, I think if you want to add it to your
Your
Spell
book
book, you
as a
have to
wizard,
know
you gotta be able to
If
do.
the spell is on your class's spell list, you can read the scroll and cast a spell without providing any material components. So it has to be on your class's spell list.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible. Casting a spell by reading the scroll requires the spell's normal casting time. Once it's cast, the words on the scroll fade and it crumbles to dust. And if the casting is interrupted, the scroll is not lost. And then if it's a spell on your class's spell list but higher than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check in order to.
I don't think it's on my spell
It's on
list.
sorcerer or wizard.
Color spray is not on the bard spell list.
Nope.
Interesting.
It's an illusion.
It says available for sorcerer and wizard.
You would think.
Of which we have
I
none.
have prismatic spray
So does that
and
mean
hypnotic pattern.
for any of us to
filter.
cast it, do we have to roll a check to cast it? Or no, we can just cast
No,
it?
nobody would be able to cast it.
We
We're
can
changing it
sell
because I
off
thought
for
color
some-
spray was on. It's prismatic spray instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, let me check because I lied. I don't have that spell. Let me see if it's
I really thought that was on.
prismatic.
That's a pretty high level spell, to be honest. That's a 7th level spell.
Prismatic spray is.
Sorcerer Wizard.
Sorcerer Wizard.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, never mind then.
Let me just filter
We
my
can
bard
just sell
spells.
them. No, we can just sell it.
No, I want to.
But you can still cast it.
I do want to give you a bard spell for this. Like
Okay.
that was the whole point, is a reward
Gotcha.
for Aramis for being fun. Let me just find a bard spell and then we'll say
Well, you can't brood all the time.
it's true. Truths no destroy you. Sure. Sorry, it's actually a scroll of fairy fire because it's a fairy
naturally.
naturally.
Oh, fairy fire.
All right.
And this seems to be a reward for providing some amusement to Glitterbug.
It actually does say that at the bottom.
It's
It says, wonderful joke. Yep.
Love the mustache.
So, are you heading west or east?
I think
Down the hallway.
So you said it
Oh,
goes
sorry. Yeah, you are in the you're in the northwest corner technically. So it would be east, but it does kind of curve around and continue heading south. It's basically you're at the corner of the hallway. So
Okay, I'm confused
so.
of
We're
where
like,
we are.
it's like this, and we're like coming here, and we can go.
yeah. So you came out of a door in this.
So we went up
northern
the
hallway.
spiral thing,
Yep.
and we found a door.
Yep.
There's a hallway
Through that
branching
door.
off.
The hallway branching off is
Perpendicular. To
that
us?
way
Okay.
and that way.
Okay.
So we went okay.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
we've hit a T.
You've hit a T. Yep.
And you
And so to the east is a long hallway that stretches until it curves south
yeah.
down the keep. And then to the west is a shorter branch of hallway that then immediately goes south because you're on that corner of the keep. It looks like this hallway is framing around the outside of the keep.
Okay. I really don't have a preference. They both look pretty much the same.
Mhm.
The left one.
Okay, so you guys are pretty much going directly south.
Sure.
Okay. So as you start heading south, you come around this corner, and there are rooms in this hallway. In fact, there are a lot of doorways that you can see.
I'm going to go to the first one in range
Okay.
and check the lock and see if it's locked.
It is unlocked.
I want to open it.
Okay. You open it up, and there is this.
Peer inside.
Yep. The rest of the keep looks really well put together, all the stonework and everything. But this room, because it looks like a small room with a couple beds in it, probably a servant's quarters.
Yeah.
It is completely ruined. All the bedwork is decayed. All of the bedding is moth-eaten, if it's even there at all. Everything's covered in dust. It looks just like it hasn't been cared for at all.
Nothing else in the room, really.
Nothing else.
Okay. And are there doors like across the way, or is it just like on one side?
Basically on each side.
I just want to go to like go to the one across the way and open it. See if it's open.
Every single door that you open on this side is the same state of disrepair.
all of them.
They all look like they're old abandoned servants' quarters.
Okay, we'll just keep moving on then.
Okay. The hallway heads down south and then curves to the left again to the front of the keep. You come around that corner and you open up the doors and you see that there is kind of a ruined barracks in here on one side.
Before we go any further,
Mhm.
I want to see. Now, does this appear to be like we're on the way to the astronomy tower?
That would be continuing up the spiral
then-
staircase.
Then I say we go back
Sure, that doesn't.
because that was our ultimate goal.
Much
Yeah, it
use
just
in
looks
here.
like broken rooms.
Abandoned
Yeah,
quarters.
we can come back and explore this later. We'll go back and go back to the stairway and
Okay.
ignore everything until we get to the
Okay.
to the
Yeah,
top.
the astronomy tower is at the very top of this spiral staircase, so you just keep...
I was under the
going
impression
up and
that this
going up.
hallway was like part of that.
Nope, this is like the tower itself leads up to the astronomy tower. This is just a branch off. if
Yeah,
you
let's
need
just
it.
go.
Yeah.
Let's just go there.
Okay. So you continue climbing for a few minutes until you it's not a doorway that leads into a room. It's a hatch. It's a ladder
Like in
with a
the
hatch.
ceiling?
Yep.
Gonna see if it's open.
It is open.
I'll open it up.
You start cracking it open. What is everybody's passive perception?
18.
10.
11.
Alomah, as
not
he's
wise.
about to push it open, you do hear the sounds of shuffling on the other side of the door.
There's someone up there.
What was it? Probably just the wind. No. Oh, wait, Victor, go check it out.
Push Victor up it.
He's the rogue.
It's right, I'll get right on it. And he starts going down the stairs.
Victor,
I mean,
I was
I
about
am
to-
gonna like. Is it creaky or anything?
Yeah, it's not made of stone. It is creakiness. What were you saying, Alomah?
In a whisper, but I'm not gonna whisper because we're on mics.
Yeah.
Should I just go in and say hello to our new friends? Because there's no real other way to get into this place, and I do want to see what's up there.
stealth isn't really our thing, is it?
Open it and then throw a rock.
Well, wait. It might not be enemies up there, though I suppose it was guarded by a golem who was trying to kill us. Maybe they're prisoners of the golems. You have a skeptical look on your face.
I can just go up. I don't think I have anything else. I don't think I have anything that. Well,
Yeah, I'm still like looking through my spell list.
yeah,
Like,
you know
what
what?
can I do?
Does anybody have a net? Just open it and throw a net on it.
I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So if there's still a crack,
Mhm.
it's a point that I can see. But basically, so I cast the Fog Cloud so that it's a 20-foot radius circle up there to give us cover. Right? I think it's
Yeah.
heavily obscured.
It
yes.
heavily obscures the
Yeah.
area.
So the way that like it comes out of bolt is like their body heats up and it like steams out between the joints, you know. And then I use the magic to kind of like redirect it.
Okay.
Right.
Perfect. Yeah.
So it kind of like flows out of the trap door and fills up the room.
Okay.
Because it's a sphere.
Is it just verbal, somatic? Like, what kind of components are we looking for here? Verbal and somatic? Okay.
The verbal is the
Yeah.
steam vents.
Anybody hear that noise? And then, wait, there's fog coming from the hatch.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace. So everybody gets a +10 to their stealth check.
Okay.
My disadvantage stealth check.
Well, not in the fog cloud.
That's true.
It might just be normal.
Okay, and then I'm gonna climb up in.
All right, so you're heavily obscured, pass without traces on. Give me a stealth check with disadvantage. I'm assuming that you two are following as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Victor is not with you. He went down.
He ran away.
He went down the tower stairs.
Wrong way, Victor. So add 10 to whatever your roll is. So I'm at 22.
Oh.
13.
22.
22, 13, 22. Okay, let's see here. So Bolt climbs up first, and
Do I fail?
despite the fog cloud, and
This isn't where I parked my airship.
you see several figures are like looking at you, and they've got their weapon. They've got these like kind of curvy daggers pulled up. The other two behind you, like, are
Yeah, these
gone.
guys
They,
go off.
slip
But
in.
I'm like, I literally go, this isn't where I parked my airship because I stumbled in and made a bunch of noise.
It's another one of those damn NPCs. And I'll give you guys a chance. You hide behind something, like some furniture or something that you find as the fog kind of starts clearing, and you can see it's kind of just flowing slowly out of basically the
So
top.
it lasts for an hour.
Lasts for an hour.
Unless there's a wind of moderate or greater speed, at least 10 miles an hour to disperse it.
All right. Well then.
So it's still. I'm still pumping it out.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah. One of the figures is going to step up close to you so that it kind of comes through the fog. You're pretty much adjacent.
As soon
to
as
each
it
other.
comes in range, I'm gonna punch him in the face.
Oh really? Okay.
He's
All
like,
right.
Bold, my Loma!
Yeah.
Sorry, you had a knife.
So the
I mean, they have knives. That's
so
my response.
He is approaching you slowly, right? And he comes into view. He's wearing what appears to be kind of like these almost black. They are black. It's like Vanta black almost, right?
Okay.
It is very like it is almost sucking in the light, kind of black, and it's a full kind of robe with kind of one of those little like hood
cultist.
shifts. Yeah, pretty much. And he's got a hood up and it's pulled down over his eyes. And you see, basically, there's just this single, like, golden eye sticking there.
It's not the
sticking
whites
there.
of his eyes, but it's the golds of his eyes.
And then you just go ahead and roll your attack roll against him. This is with disadvantage because heavily obscured is +5?
Well, heavily obscured is you're effectively blind.
You're blind. Okay, yeah, so it is disadvantage.
So yeah,
But
unless
they
you
are-
have blind fighting.
But they are also blind. So they can't see you.
Right, so they would cancel each other
Exactly,
out.
so
it'd
it is just...
I was assuming that maybe they could see because he had his eyes covered.
Let me see.
And stuff.
No, that's just for show.
Okay.
Apparently.
Yep, I'll just do standard attack.
Okay.
Which is a 25 to hit.
25 will indeed hit.
Victor damage on this?
No, Victor is not with you right now.
He ran downstairs. Okay. For 12 thunder damage.
12 thunder damage.
Well, now they know we're here.
Okay.
And by we, I mean me.
There's a sickening like rib crack, and you hear, "Oh, we're under attack!"
I missed his face and I hit him in the rib instead.
Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead and get into another combat
shorter
here.
than- you're
So
taller
we'll
than I
be right
thought.
back in just a moment. All right, let's go ahead and rebuild the battle. Let's go ahead and reveal that battle map. And as you can see, right now there's only one cultist standing in front of Bolt. There is a fog cloud.
Yep.
We'll say that it's permeating most of the room, so everything else is lightly obscured, just to, yeah. But we will start with initiatives because we got to get those. Alomah, why don't you tell me your initiative first?
Wow. 6.
6.
Better than last time.
Aramis, 14. And Bolt,
16.
16. That means, Bolt, it is actually you starting the round.
What does it take to drop it? Free action?
It's just a free action.
I'm going to go ahead and drop Fog Cloud, so
Okay.
I'm not keeping it up anymore.
Okay. We'll get another stealth check from Alomah and Aramis. In the meantime, put a cultist right next to the table that Aramis is behind.
Is pass
or
without a
next to.
trace stone?
Yeah, I haven't.
Yep, so plus 2
21.
or plus 10.
Plus 10.
28.
Okay. Put that one right on at the long table, along with this one, basically right next to each other. And then this one over closest to me. Right there, perfect. Okay. And you hear, like the fog cloud clears and you see more cultists standing around you. This room looks to be an observatory. There's tables, there's a lot of different books. It looks like it's being ransacked currently.
Okay.
There are big bags with books that have just been like shoveled into it.
Oh, I don't like people stealing from libraries.
And the cultists say, the cultist in front of you says, do the spell. And you see that the two behind you are chanting in unison.
These two?
Yep.
Oh, that's not good.
That doesn't sound good.
You gentlemen wouldn't be interested in surrendering, would you? You are outnumbered.
Not for long.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to turn around and walk over here.
Damn it, Bill, why'd you say that? I don't know, I panicked.
And I'm gonna try to get them both.
Okay.
So first on this one.
Yep.
Do you want me to mark them with a number?
Yes, please.
Mark them.
Mark them.
So we got a numero uno.
Okay.
This guy's number 2. Back in that corner. So on attack number 3.
Okay.
And this one's 5.
Okay, perfect. So you're attacking number 3 here. Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Oh, actually, sorry. When you hit the square right before, the one that was directly behind you, yep, you feel a sharp pain in your foot.
Okay.
Almost like you stepped on a caltrop. And you look down and you see a bunch of tiny little caltrops that are floating an inch off the ground, and you hear kind of a cracking sound, and they all go and explode with explosive force. So I need to have you roll me a dexterity saving throw.
3.
3? Okay. You are going to take... It's force damage, so... It will only be halved for you. Oh, first of all, take 1 piercing damage.
Ow.
From the caltrop itself. And then from the explosion, you're going to take 26 force damage, so 13. And the explosion rocks you up into the air and causes you to float 20 feet off the ground as if suspended.
Not again.
And you are basically floating, so you're 1 back. Okay. And you'll just be there for 1 round. So the top of the next round, beginning of your next turn, you'll drop. But yeah, they've got you hanging in midair at the moment.
Well, this is annoying, but I'm just going to go ahead and chain whip one of them.
Okay, because you can use spells again.
Yep, this guy.
Okay, number 3.
Can I use the same roll I rolled for my attack?
Sure.
So that will be a 22.
22 will hit.
Okay, so that's a D8. No, sorry, 3d6. No, I'm going to do it wrong. 8 plus 6, 14. So that's 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay.
So that I extend the chain out and fling it around this guy's neck, basically, and jerk him upwards.
Okay.
So,
Yep,
a
so
full
he'll-
10 feet in the air and then let him
Oh,
drop.
it does a full 10 feet. Okay. So he made a concentration check on the first one. Are you pulling? So he's still chanting as he's being flung up in the air. Roll me 1d6 for the damage as he lands.
6 damage.
Okay. He is going to land prone, and he'll have to make another saving throw, which he also makes. So he's still chanting.
Wow, dedication.
Yep.
Do I move at all towards him when I pull?
No.
Okay.
You are just locked in place.
And then as a bonus action, I will do nothing.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I will do nothing.
I will just float here.
Good use of a bonus action. Number 2 is going to go next,
So that would
which
be
is
right next to
that one.
Aramis.
He needs to roll. Aramis, what was your stealth check again?
It was like 22.
22?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
He does not see you. He is going to.
Oh, and you know what? It was 40. No, that was my initiative.
Plus
It was
10.
Yeah, it was 22.
22. He is going to bamf out of existence and appear right next to Bolt. So as he's, basically within 5 feet, so he's not going to take falling damage, but he's just going to slice.
He would
at
still
you.
be 15 feet up.
Oh, he
You
does
said I'm
do
20.
He does do 20. That's right. Yeah. So he will take some damage here, but he is going to make 2 attacks against you.
It's like tickling my feet.
First one is an 8.
Miss.
Next one's a 14.
Miss.
That did not work out too well for him. He slashes at you, and then he'll take
2d6.
2 damage because he only did 15 feet. So
Oh, it's for every 10.
yeah, it's for every 10. So yeah, he'll just land down with a grunt and just kind of like brush himself off a little bit.
Now, does he have to make a dex save to not go prone? when he lands?
No, it's just he just goes prone. That's right. Well, because he's doing it on his own, I will give him a dex save. Sorry. He does not make his dex save.
He rolled his.
And one of the guys just like the people that I would work with. Aramis.
You need to do some recruitment.
Okay.
Like I am with this guy.
Wait, what?
5, 10, 15. I'm gonna stab the prone guy.
Okay. You have advantage either way because you were technically in stealth.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
That is a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
For
I like how this guy's got his
13
hand out.
damage.
Stop!
Yeah.
Stop! Don't come near me.
13. Okay.
And then another. It's gonna be 29 to hit. For 13 damage.
For 13 damage.
And then an offhand. Oops. How's that box? 28 to hit.
28 will hit.
Okay, I'll spend an epic die on damage here. So 6 total damage.
6 total damage. Okay. Yep. Aramis comes out of the corner, gliding his swords along the ground as he goes, because that's cool, and it does not in no way de-sharpen the swords. They're magical.
Yep.
And you slice into them 3 times, and you hear a shout of, "There's more of them!" And then it is number 1 is going to move to Aramis.
Who's
Right
Yep,
next to me.
that was the one that was originally attacked by
Perfect.
Bolt, which means this is actually with disadvantage because it hasn't been his turn yet.
well, no.
You punched him.
Oh yeah,
No.
Yeah.
yeah. So that wasn't like a sneak attack round, then
Yeah.
around, right?
No, that was.
Okay, yep.
A 14 to hit on the
Yes.
first attack, and a 7 hit on the second. So he comes slashing in, and he just kind of like seizes up a little bit as allowing you to easily deflect.
As I'm floating there. Ha!
Yep.
You like that, huh?
Number 4 will spend his turn casting, and you can feel kind of this little, almost like this suction that is starting to pull everything in. It's not quite like at the point where things are moving, but you can feel like a little tug that you're not supposed to. Alomah, it is your turn.
Alright. Well, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
We'll do it at the 4th level. First. And then I will move 5, 10.
So your ancestral guardians come out from around the crates, and
Yeah.
one of the cultists shouts, "There's ghosts!"
I knew this place was haunted.
Ghosts.
15.
Okay.
Yoinks.
16. Let's see here. These guys are 5 away from Bolt, right?
Yes.
They're 10 technically. I'm not right next to them.
Alright. I'm going
There's a square
to
between.
then bonus action. Oh, this guy's prone.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm going to bonus action on this guy then, on number 4.
Okay.
I'll use Wild Shape and make an attack. And that is a 20 to hit, a dirty 20.
20 will hit.
Okay. For Nice. 16 damage.
16 to number 5.
And I'll pull him
4.
5 feet towards me so that he enters the range of the spell.
Spirit Guardians.
And it's going to be, I just did it at the 4th level, it's going to be...
He failed.
18 damage.
18 on number 4. Okay, yep, they just start tearing into him, and you hear him shout, "It's a servant of the moon!"
What have you done with my mistress?
You know what? I'm gonna move. Sorry.
Right.
I'm gonna move one more up.
Okay.
And that is all I can do.
All right, number 3 is going to go. Which one is number 3?
He was prone.
The prone one. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So he's
He's
going to roll
take damage.
He's going to roll his wisdom save. He makes his save, so he will take half damage on
9.
this. What was it? 9?
It
you
was
said?
18 total. So
Yes.
yeah,
So
9.
9. And he. Oh, that means he has to roll a concentration check. And he makes his concentration check, which is good for him. And he finishes like coalescing his hands together, and you can feel that power building up. And he looks at you and he goes, "Let me show you."
While he's
what
laying
we've
on the
done."
ground.
Yep. And then he's going to kind of burst it out, and there's going to be this massive swirl of energy, and it almost feels like something is ripping a hole into the astral sea itself. And for a brief moment, you can see just the barest hint of a landscape beyond, a kind of gray, rocky landscape with a starlit sky behind it all the time, before a creature steps through. It has 4 limbs, a spindly tail, a tendril on the back, and it is covered in this kind of golden eyework manacle. And it is going to appear. It's going to appear right beneath
when you
Bolt.
need her?
Right beneath me.
Yep.
Let's see.
Can't really
Technically
fit.
hard to fit. We'll move this guy over and be like...
You know what? He's going to come out and he's just going to rip apart the guy that's prone that summoned him.
This one.
Yeah.
Cultists.
And the cultists go,
Always sacrificing themselves.
"Kill everyone in this room,
Including themselves. They don't think very.
except us."
Do you want to have him make a save for...
Yes, he will
Spirit
make a
Guardian.
save.
Did you get a look?
It does make it save.
Okay. So 9 radiant.
9 radiant. Did I hear you say that's pretty basic?
No, it's
pretty sick.
Okay, I heard basic from over there, and I was like, basic.
Corey, all your monsters are basic.
Yeah, basic. Lame. And it is going to take its turn. At that point, let's see. It will move towards Alomah, pushing and squeezing.
So I'll just remember him.
Yep.
Right there.
And it is going to reach out with its claws for the first attack.
I'm gonna impose disadvantage with the woe.
Okay.
Or I mean with
With the
one of my
wow.
whatever it's called.
Whoa! You're the Chris Pratt with
My
the Raptors.
Warding Flare.
Whoa! Whoa!
Warden Flare.
Warding Flare.
Warden Flare.
That's from Light Cleric.
Okay. So this is a 16 to hit you then.
Miss.
Okay. First claw misses, and the second attack is also at disadvantage. Or is it just the
It just says impose disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay. And then the other
So
one,
I kind of throw out my hand and like this
Yes.
blinding like moonlight.
yeah, and it kind of like shrinks away a little bit. Then it comes around with this other claw, and that is a 25 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. And that is going to be 15 slashing damage.
Okay. He will take 10 cold damage from Armor of
That is
Agathis.
correct, yes.
But then my temps are gone, so...
Okay. Then it is number 5's turn. It will make its... It makes its save, so it takes 9 damage. And then he's going to rush forward and just attack Alomah twice.
Cool.
That is an 11 and a 21.
Ouch. Yep, that hits.
Okay, so that is going to be...
Oh wait, I need to make my Constitution save. That last. Man, I'm good. Or concentration check, I meant.
17 damage total. Some of it is psychic, if that makes sense. Or
Doesn't matter. And I made my save.
Okay. Yep. So he comes in, and you see like one of these blades hits you, and it feels like just like cold darkness seeping through you, adding a little bit of extra damage there. Bolt, it is the top of the round, and you are no longer restrained, my friend. So you fall.
As I fall, bonus action, grow big.
Grow big.
Yep. Yep. We're gonna do the same thing we did on the tower.
There's not enough room for everyone in here. Where are you gonna go?
You'll probably land.
Do we get pushed out, or?
I think you can land right behind him if you want.
Well, so I was floating right up here, basically.
Yeah.
So I want to try to land on this guy.
Okay. Yeah. So you won't be able to share the space with him. So you can land next to him after you stand up.
No. Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do damage like at the tower.
Yeah. They get the saving throw.
Okay.
Which
would be what, acrobatics? Dex.
I think it's a dex save.
It's a dex save.
Yeah, and then if they fail, you split the damage.
They do make their dex save on that.
Including the big guy.
So you take all
Including
of the 3 damage.
Who else are you landing on?
Well, you said they. Sorry.
They.
Yeah.
As in.
That's their pronoun.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
They can't speak, but that would be their pronouns.
Okay.
Bolt.
So I take since I was 20 feet up, I take 2d6 of damage.
You just take 2d6 damage here. 7 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you'll land prone, but you just have to remove it to stand up.
And I'll stand back up.
Okay.
And then I want to try to make a grapple on the big one.
Okay.
Big guy. So that's
Against strength or acrobatics.
do I get can't remember if I get advantage on this or not.
You do from the cloud rune, isn't it a strength check?
It's one of the runes.
It's just from Giant's Might. Giant's Might gives you advantage on strength checks.
Okay.
23.
Beats a 15. You have it grappled.
So I grapple it.
Okay.
And then I want to use my second attack to shove it to the ground.
Nice.
Okay. And that's there's no contest for that. Just
That's the same thing.
Same
Same as a grapple.
Okay. 17.
26.
Okay, yeah. You basically grab it by the back of the head and just push it to the ground, and it starts like flailing its arms, and it's not making any noise, which is very disconcerting. Like it almost feels like it should be at least making some noise.
There's no animalistic noise at all. It's just totally silent.
Yep.
The other thing too I wanted to ask is when the portal to the Astral Sea opened up.
Yeah.
Did I feel any kind of I don't know, any magical connection or pull to the Astral Sea or anything? Because I've been looking for the last 2 years for Quinn. And I did recall that Quinn is in the Astral Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel a brief moment of, if I step out into the Astral Sea, I might be able to make a connection.
Okay.
It's almost like you can see the service beyond, but you have no bars still, right?
Okay. So now I know that's I need to go.
Yeah.
I need to go to the Astral Sea.
Okay.
So,
And
awesome.
then that thing is prone, and we will move on to number 2.
He's prone.
He's prone.
He is going to start his turn within your aura, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody is?
Yep.
He does not make his save. What was the damage
18.
on that? Yeah, your ancestors just pelt him to death.
Boy, tell you people to lay off my kills. Let me show you
Kill still.
what a follower of Aneria is capable of.
Aramis.
Alright. I'm gonna skirt around this guy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna attack the big guy.
The biggin.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Crit!
Alright,
I'm definitely
here we
smiting
go.
here.
Come on, baby.
Okay.
And
And flourish. Yes. So I'm gonna flourish and attack first.
Can you
That was the verbal component for flourish.
That's right. Flourish.
So.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please? Both of you at the beginning of your turns.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because this thing does have a maddening form. It is very unsettling to look
16.
at. 16 is good enough.
Okay.
So you're good.
21.
So
You're good as well.
You said con, right? Not wisdom.
Yes, con.
So the damage is so 14 damage. My AC goes up by 3.
Need to put a calculator at it.
Yeah.
Spot on the new table.
And let me do my smiting now.
Oh yes, the smite.
It's 2d8, and then for every spell level,
Another
we're going to the d8. All right, I'll do.
Is he a fiend?
He is not.
Are they a fiend? Sorry.
They are.
I'm going to make it so it's 3d8,
Celestial?
so that's a second level spell.
Okay.
For an additional 10 damage.
10 damage. Did you double that?
20 damage.
Well, so you have to roll the damage dice twice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so, okay.
Because it's crit.
Yeah.
I haven't crit in a while, obviously.
Yep.
So 20. So that is, so it's 10 and then, so 27.
27 total from the
There.
smite.
Yep.
And you doubled your damage dice
Did
on.
not.
Okay, go ahead and double
actually,
those.
So let me just roll.
Yep.
Additional. So that's 10 more damage there.
10 more.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, you
That
come
was
swing
like
around the
50
resonance
damage.
blade and you just you take a moment to whisper a silent prayer and just ashes start boiling and embers start boiling off the resonance blade as you slam it down into the thing and it lets out it doesn't let out any noise. That's right.
It opens its mouth, but nothing comes out.
It doesn't look like it has a mouth. It's covered with a mask right now.
Okay, second attack.
Creepy.
Crit again! Same thing! Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Well, I can't flourish again, but
Right.
Yeah. You can smite again. Yeah.
I can smite again. So that's going to be 21.
21.
And nope, that's not smite. 2d8 is smite, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, so I'll just do it first level. So that's 32. 36. 42 damage.
Nice.
Okay. So you've got the blade in it, and you just shout, "Solos!" and slice right through the rest of it, killing it.
Oh, nice.
It just falls limp.
All right.
And the cultists are just like,
And I'm down 2 spells.
"What the?"
Bonus action.
Worth.
I'm going to turn around and hit the guy next to me.
And he crits.
Nope, that's going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit.
Or I'm going to dump an epic die in there.
Which one is this?
Number 1.
Number one?
For 10 damage.
10
Or number
damage.
4. Is that 1? Oh, yeah.
it's
Sorry,
a 1.
I couldn't see
Yeah.
it from the...
Okay. Yep. And then just
Down a first
like
and a second.
you like full on bisect this thing again, and then you just kind of like with your other sword just a quick slap.
Nice.
It's not even a cut, just like the flat of the blade
Yeah.
against his face.
And then he's going to take his turn, and he's going to make 2 attacks against you.
18
Oh.
damage.
Right. Yes, 18 damage. Still up. He was the first one hit, and he was the most healthy at this point. First attack is only a 10. Second attack is even worse. These guys are very unprepared for this fight. Number 4 is going to start his turn, and he's going to die. Going to be ripped to pieces. Then it's Alomah's turn.
All right. You know what? This guy hurt me, so I'm gonna step away. But I'm going to warding flare again and give him disadvantage
Okay.
on any attempt at a opportunity attack.
I like how you said warning flare and I went, no, sound effects.
12.
Okay, misses. So
Yeah, so he
I'll-
goes to swing at you, and again, you just bright moonlight, and he.
So I'll step 1, 2, 3. No. 3. No. Sorry, I'm trying to get an angle on these people. Okay.
As long as you don't take your hand off the figure.
Which go here first. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
And I'm going to Thorn Whip that guy. And that's 29.
29
hit
will hit.
for 10 damage.
Well, that cracks his head back, and he falls to the ground.
Okay. And then I'll just step 1, 2 more over. Nope, 3. Gotta get far enough away. And Archer form on that cultist.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't have any epic die. How come I don't have any epic dice?
Because you weren't here last time.
That's
Cory was passing them out like candy.
That's a 13 to hit.
13 will miss.
Okay. So then I'll step back up so that I'm within 15 feet of him.
Okay. And then it is his turn, so go ahead and roll me that
Yeah.
new damage, please. And he does
Hopefully
not
don't
make
kill
his
him.
save.
We need him alive.
He's a cultist.
Well, right now they're all unconscious.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I guess we.
Typically with monsters, you kill them. Like,
Well, these
I
aren't
think you have to, like,
monsters. These are
call-
humans.
yeah,
You have to call like non.
you have to call non-lethal in order to.
Hey, ancestors!
Don't kill him.
Be gentle. It's 18 again.
Okay,
Murder
so
him
on this,
softly.
okay, that one's still up, so he will take his turn. He'll rush for you and he'll say, "Death to the moon.
I mean,
Long live."
technically it already
The
was
void.
broken.
Long live the void.
I like these guys.
That's an 8 and a 9.
Yes.
Maybe we could talk about this.
Both sunk into my leaf shield.
Yep. And then it is Bolt's turn.
What'd you say? Death to the moon.
Death
long
to the
live
moon,
void.
long live the void.
I love the void.
You love the void.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up to him, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
Keep
grapple
keep
him.
him alive if you can.
You got it. I'm gonna grapple him, and
Give me that.
that will be a 22.
And yeah, that's enough. You grab him.
And I say surrender, and we'll let you live.
Give me an intimidation check.
Not good. $12.
12. He spits in your face. He says, "You might as well kill me."
I'll just unconscious you. How about that?
Second, making an
Second
attack.
attack. Yep, just regular attack. That is a 26.
26 will hit.
14 damage.
Okay, he is still up.
Okay.
Aramis.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to him. I'm assuming you're here to go.
Yep.
And I'm going to cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay.
So you create a twisting pattern of color that weaves through the air. Blah, blah, blah. Each creature in the area who sees the pattern must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, the creature becomes charmed for the duration. It's a wisdom of 15. I'll tell you guys to close your eyes, like as I do.
Yeah, well, you
You
can
can
miss
get
us
just the
when you
corner.
that.
Yep.
Okay, cool. I'll just get him.
Yeah, so he was affected by the pattern. He doesn't make a save.
All right.
He's incapacitated.
No, he.
Charmed, right?
No, he's charmed.
Charmed.
Right, but
Charmed for the duration. While charmed by the spell, the creature is incapacitated
Yeah.
and has a speed of 0. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That just
so
means
you
he can't move anyway.
you
right?
flash
He
the-
can still talk and.
Yep.
Wait, can incapacitated talk?
Unconscious can't talk, but incapacitated I don't think has.
I think you can. I think
Can't
you
take
can't take
actions
actions
or
or reactions.
Okay, cool. And his speed is 0.
And technically, charmed is its own condition too.
Right, he can't attack you willingly, and you have advantage on like
Charisma.
interactions with him.
Yep.
All. You have advantage on all ability checks.
Social interactions.
Yeah, social interactions.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Are you dismissing your ancestral guardians at this point?
Yes, because I want him alive.
Okay. Yeah. So he's just kind of staring at this, like it almost looks like he's looking into a fire. The flames of a fire.
Yeah. That's Zolos. Better be careful. He's mean.
Who are you?
I'm curious to know more about this Zolos, but not now.
Kyrix. My name is Kyrix. I'll give you that one for free because anybody would tell you their name.
I could be Faye.
So, any questions you want to ask,
Yeah.
just ask, and then in game, like I'll just
Yeah.
relay them on to get advantage on.
I'm gonna cast guidance on you, so you
Okay.
get to add a D4 to your
Yeah, the question
Skill
question
checks.
number one would be, what are you doing here?
and say.
Okay, I'll ask that. Advantage and a D4.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a 23. Is it just a regular charisma check?
It's
or-
probably a persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay, so that's going to be 28.
28. We're looking for a book. I'm looking to try and find a book so that we can complete our mission.
Which is
What book?
I'm gonna just keep my hand on him and just be constantly casting guidance.
Okay. So, what question are we asking? What book? Or what
what's your mission?
What's the mission?
We can ask for the book later.
So that is...
How long does the hypnotic pattern
1
last?
minute.
1 minute?
So, 19
That's a very rapid-fire question.
So, 24.
24?
Yeah, so we'll just...
What's your mission?
Yeah.
Ben? We want to destroy the moon, the goddess.
Why and where is she?
Okay. Oslos? So 27?
27. When there is no light in the night sky, darkness will prevail, the void will prevail. But we do not know where she is, that's why we need the book.
What book?
Good question.
Good question. Good question.
Good question.
It's a good answer.
I wanted to cast
20
Fireball, but I was
27.
like, I don't want to burn any of these books that are in here.
Good. We like books.
I don't know. We were told to just grab every book we could from this old library.
Told from who?
Told from whom?
This would probably be your last question. A minute.
16 plus... So that's 20... No, 19.
19? That's still good enough.
Okay.
The blinded one, our master.
Victor?
He actually, so Victor, speaking of which, looks in from the little crack that's in the astronomy tower, because the telescope is out.
Yeah.
And he goes, "What are you guys doing? I thought I was supposed to be reconning here."
Too late.
And he flies off his broom. "I'll be right inside."
Go in through the crack. It's big enough.
Okay. And
It's uncomfortable.
The minute's up?
The minute is up, and he,
Alright, I'm
he
just
shakes
gonna-
it off.
Actually, I'll go.
Alomah?
Just turn him to you.
I'll literally hand
What do
you
you
my
wanna do?
sword.
Alomah?
Well, I'm not much good with blade, and I'll actually cast Guiding Bolt, and just say,
Right into it.
yeah,
Well, we're here to stop you. Feel the power of my goddess.
You can't. Then I'm not even gonna have you roll for it. But yeah, you just sear away his flesh, and he collapses to the ground.
Pretty dog.
No, it was light.
Light did it.
I like it.
If they wanted a book in here, we need to look through these books and see if we can find
Yes.
anything relating to the moon, or maybe the goddess Lunera, or even the cult of the void. I'm just going to name them the cult of the void and assume they didn't tell us who they were, so it
seems apt.
voidlings.
I want to try peering through the telescope.
Okay. It's the middle of the day, and you
Okay.
cannot see anything, unfortunately. Yep. So you start looking through all the bags of books and everything, all the shelves. There's tons of books on astronomy. There's tons of books on the different constellations. There's even a few books on observations about the moon, but nothing about the moon goddess herself.
I would probably take a book on observations about the moon.
Okay. And then you're kind of going through everything. Victor is here. He's helping you search. And
I'd be stacking books into the keep and not keep pile,
Yeah.
and it'd be 99% keep. I'm like, oh.
there's one that's this is a personal journal, and I don't really care about it. Well, maybe.
Yeah, this could be interesting.
So you're kind of going through, and Alomah, you kind of feel a little tingle in the back of your head, and for a moment you fear that the wild magic has returned.
No, not again.
Yeah. But you turn around and you look at a kind of a dusty old shelf that's kind of tucked out of the way, and you start looking through it, and there's this shelf is lined with children's books, textbooks, little short stories, that sort of thing. And your hand touches one, and you feel just kind of a warmth spread through you. And as you pull it out and you look at it, you see that the name of the book is Adelaide's Tales, Volume 2.
Adelaide's Tales.
Yep. Lei. Adelaide's Tales, Volume 2. And as you ponder what exactly a children's book has to do with Lunera and the goddess of the moon and finding this cult of the void, we're going to go ahead and end it there tonight. So, yeah, wonderful. We are inside the tower. Alomah's found some additional information for his seeking of truth that he is going for. Aramis is a badass. I'm just gonna say it right now. I really like Aramis' character. Bolt. And
I was here too, and I helped.
Yep.
Bolt can be a big boy.
Literally pinning down the big nasty creature and then allowing
those crits wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I wouldn't have crit twice.
That thing could have been a much bigger threat if you guys hadn't have been coordinated. But we'll go ahead and see you all next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Syrinscape for the wonderful noises like... Oh, well, never mind. We'll just break the glass again. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Join us on Fridays. I almost said Thursdays, but that's when we record.
Join us on Wednesdays for the show.
Yep, join us on Wednesdays for the show. Hopefully you enjoyed what we've been doing in the off weeks. I know the first one's going to be releasing tomorrow at this point, but you've already seen it, so we can now talk about it.
It was so funny, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you for putting that together. That was great. We all laughed.
Dallin.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I need to watch that. I haven't seen it.
You can watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, you can watch it tomorrow or in the past.
In the past.
It's right up here. It's a card right now. It better be. If not, I'm not doing my job right.
Okay.
And then join the Discord because that's always fun. And we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.